They were fighting, they're going at it. I was there just chilling, just like watching, and I'm like, get him. My cousin gets knocked out. My cousin, like,
you gotta jump in.
I have to jump in. No. So I go out, jump in. He held my hands. He literally held my hands. And it's like, just don't do this. I was like, no, you don't do that.
Cousin's a real one.
He's real.
That is wild, man.
Can't spell anymore, but yeah.
Wait,
That shakes a little bit when he walks, but it's okay.
Right.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Disruption Podcast.
Damn. Wow. Is that the bar me, bro?
It is what it is. 258. Snore the back daddy.
Chief Olosoji in the building, baby.
it's your girl Moeezy.
It's a prince.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this one around.
Yup.
A lot of people watch. A lot of people do not subscribe. Just freaking subscribe.
Doesn't it hurt a little bit? There's a
Yeah.
part of you that just feels betrayed.
10,000.
Do you feel used?
No,
Yeah.
do you not feel dumb? Because it's like you keep coming back, so you like it here. So just join the club.
Join the family, bro.
10,000 views. Come on, man.
Is that what you think we're getting? Amen.
Yeah, this guy's crazy.
Hey, man, we are not alone, though.
We're not. We're joined by a guy that people know, recognize. Definitely a very recognizable face.
Yeah.
Funny guy, and pissed outside our studio already.
Why are you gonna put him on?
Jacob, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, welcome to the studio, man.
Thank you for having me. Why'd you say that?
Why'd you shake my hand when I saw you?
Yo, I took your hand too.
I promise you I wasn't.
Because now, replaying everything
is going
I'm
back.
like, I can see why he hesitated on that handshake.
Oh,
I had hand sanitizer in the car.
are you sure?
Sanitizer.
Hey, after we wrap this up, we're gonna go to your car. I want to see evidence.
Madness, bro. Man, had to leave his mark, bro, like a dog, man.
You did me dirty.
Welcome, though, man. Thanks for having,
Thank you
man.
for having me, guys.
Feeling blessed. A good Sunday that was
It's a beautiful
man.
Sunday, man. It's a beautiful
Nice.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sun's
Everyone literally
out.
did that mission straight from church and post up right here, man.
How's your service? Did you guys?
Alright, okay.
I enjoyed it.
No,
I
no,
really
no.
enjoyed it.
let's
Okay,
get into it.
I'm gonna explain, alright?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Marwa gets in her self-righteous bag in these moments.
I
You know what?
actually don't.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You know what everyone else is having? Okay, no. Take a step back. You know, sometimes there's those preachers that like they. I
You're
know
not sure if you
they
should
move
invite a
with
friend.
the spirit. Yeah. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
You're not the guy that I want to ever invite a friend to the service.
You're
if
not
you're-
sure. You're not sure what's gonna.
Not because you're gonna say anything crazy. It's just because like
They'd be like, "This is what you
like
guys do."
we're all down here. You're kind of like over there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it's one of those guys, and with like you're trying to pay attention, and after a while you're like, nah, something's just not making sense, and then the group chat starts
Popping up.
busting
Bro,
jokes.
this guy's the good chat. I couldn't hold it in today.
Because like there's no like
man.
structured message per se, you know. All
But
respect.
you gotta let the spirit move.
You have to. So like that's why I don't want to disrespect
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But like some of the jokes were flying, right? And then
Some of
you know
us
when
had to
that one
excuse
person
ourselves.
that isn't part of the jokes doesn't like that everyone else is having
Wait a
fun.
minute.
So
It's not
they
saying
get
that's
self-righteous.
me.
Guys,
Don't
he's
piss me
encountering
off.
the Holy Spirit. That was Mark.
Well, what can I say? What was that?
Any defense?
Not really. I just enjoyed it. I love when people
Mal
come
likes
up
the chaos of
and
it.
it was very unhinged.
Authentic.
Okay.
It was
It's
just very
I
unhinged.
I
That's
like
the
those
word.
kind of service. For a bit of context.
Yeah.
Who's the
I'm
context?
Every
Okay, I'm sorry,
service-
Carlos. We don't want to
This is
hear
what it
anything
is,
you have
yeah?
to say. You were part of the group chat that was running jokes, so you have.
I did not
you
say
cannot
jokes.
say anything.
I had my Nike
I
shoes
almost-
off for my
I was-
jokes today,
bro,
man.
Daniel was eating
This
up.
guy-
I was
jokes
eating
today was-
up. I was eating
these
up.
guys- Bro, because I laughed out loud at the doing service.
I started sweating from holding my laptop.
Sorry,
Bro,
bad.
I'm trying to hold it so bad. But let's give a bit of context.
Yeah, disclaimer, we're not normally like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
during
no,
church. We
100%.
actually really
No, no,
respect
no.
But-
God's house and everything.
No.
Yeah.
But this one had no structure.
This is what it is. Because you know, normally every service, you have your notebook, you take down
Right,
notes.
that nice, yeah.
Yeah? Like,
Man
this-
brought his notebook with him even.
Nah,
even
this guy,
today, bro.
right, if I look at today's service, you have a whole note, scriptures, whatever, right? This lady next to me, I know her, she normally goes pretty crazy.
She
with
goes
the
hard in the
notes,
paint with the notes.
you know? So today, she wrote the date, the 4th of the 7th or the 8th, whatever, cool. She's waiting for
Title.
She was waiting for something.
What's the sermon called?
She was ready. She was ready to write something down, but there was nothing to write down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, at the end of the service, she looked at it. He just had the date, closed the notebook. No scripture.
gosh.
He did go through the scriptures, but
Structure, though, like,
but no
no-
structure.
Yeah.
Because she goes, okay, I want to write something down, but the message is going like this, right? So yeah, but the spirit is moving.
My thing is, I was at the end of that, I was calm with it because I can't lie.
Yeah.
At the end, I got one of the guys was like, this is one of the jokes he said. He said the sermon started off as an exhibition game and then ended up a finals game 7. He said we eventually.
No, because he would do is like this is one of the jokes. I don't know who said this joke, but they're like the way this service is going, it can either be one of exhibition game or a finals game.
Game 7 at the end.
Well, like we have to wait
Give
for the
time.
service to finish to
Give
sort
it
of
time.
see is that exhibition or finals. But
yeah, it was-
but it was a banger. It was a banger of a service.
Can I ask a question? Have
Yes.
you guys got a relationship with your pastor? Like
Yeah, like-
would you watch this and like see that you guys are
Oh, see what like it depends what comes across. Like we've obviously we've been pulled up on some clips
Yeah.
before. You know?
clips and clips?
So
Pastor's like, hey, listen
we'll
up,
see
yeah.
what we clip up.
Whoa.
This one might be a mute segment for 7 minutes straight. Just no audio.
block his IP and that's it.
Oh, God.
Nah.
No,
But like, yeah,
we
it
loved
was-
it. It was good.
Yeah,
No,
it
it
was
was,
good.
it was amazing.
I mean, have you ever been in that type of situation in a service where like maybe you've even invited a friend
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
and you're just like, oh please,
On the edge
just
of
go
the
well.
seat.
Just go well, please. I need everything to be smooth today, bro.
Not that I can think of. 'Cause
Yeah.
my pastor is like, so at the moment we're going through a series about like wisdom on family, wisdom on
Okay.
wisdom on parenting, wisdom on all these things. So
that's
like
cool.
it's
That's
very
cool.
structured the way
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does it. So like I love bringing my friends to church.
That's
I love
it.
bringing my
Yeah.
friends to church because like
Come and
I'm
get
so
this
sure that
knowledge
they'll
too.
get some knowledge or something out of it. Like even if they don't believe in God, they'll still find
The wisdom is wisdom,
there's so
man.
much
you know?
wisdom.
I like that.
But that's a scary feeling. I don't want to feel that.
Oh man.
Have you guys invited a friend to church and the pastor's preaching, but you're staring at your friends like, are you?
Is it hidden?
Are you-
Are you
Is it hidden? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I invited one of my friends a while ago. I sort of like know what was going through, and the word was like
targeted
speaking
towards that.
on him.
Yeah.
He was doing this the whole time.
That's the best feeling. Yeah?
Best feeling, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
When they say, "Everyone, put your heads down, let's pray," and you see, did he lift his hand or what? What's going on?
Nah, I love that. I love that though.
Man, but we're here, man. Nah, how you doing though?
I'm doing good. I'm very blessed.
Yeah.
I've had a very hectic week. I water fasted for the first 3 days of this week.
You what? Oh, water
Water
fasted. Yeah, I thought you said walked and something. Yeah.
Water.
Water fasted just for my gut.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, just to like
Ah,
reset my gut.
so health purposes or spiritual purposes?
Health purposes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and it was so intense. Like the first 3 days were like hell. Like all you think about is food.
Yeah.
I was eating food in front. No, people were eating food in front of me. Like I would recommend it because it's good. I lost like 3 kilos,
Yeah.
but it's hell.
Yeah.
It's hell.
Going
My
through
appetite.
So you did that for
strong.
3 days.
3 day fast. Yeah.
Damn, that 3 days
Wow.
put in work like that.
3 kilos
3
strong.
days
Water-
of just
to be
drinking
honest.
water is
Well, I
kind
mean,
of
think because
crazy.
that's no calories at all.
Literally, water's got nothing
Yeah.
in it. Yeah.
All I had was like coffee with like no sugar. I had to have like electrolytes and
All right. Okay. I'm IV drip. Yeah. No. That's crazy.
it was good.
First time doing this?
First time. I did.
What inspired it?
Good question. I had my roommate was doing it with me, but then also like, do you guys know Barbara O'Neill, the Australian naturopath.
No.
She was on the George Junko podcast.
Right, okay,
Oh, yeah. The oldish lady.
lady, yeah.
Yeah, okay, because I have thoughts, but continue.
So her, she was like talking about like the health and benefits of like organic and all these things, and like she suggested the water fast at one point. And I was like, damn, maybe I should do this just to try to lose weight because honestly, I've lost myself like the last 2 months or so. I just gained a whole bunch of weight, so I was
Yeah.
like, I need to really lose this weight, and she like inspired me to like do it, and I did it. And it was also like a mental thing as well too. It's like,
Can you stick to
I
something or like, yeah, thug it out?
yeah.
Just can't believe how much clean water's in Melbourne, can you?
See, everyone talks about that, but it's
I
not
feel like you guys have good water too.
we have you tried
I've never been there.
You just feel hopefully.
Praise God.
For a bit of context, you're from Perth.
I'm from Perth.
When did you actually even come down then? How long ago was that now?
When I came here?
Like on a permanent, like.
Yeah, so on a permanent thing last year.
Yeah.
Like May.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you done your stint now then, man. Yeah.
I've done my stint. I've been here for a long
Yeah,
enough.
the water's good,
Because
man.
we were talking about it like off camera before, saying when people normally come down to Melbourne, for that first 6 months, they normally get lost in the sauce.
This guy started going to church.
Look at God. Because Melbourne is live. We know Melbourne. You know, places closes at 3 a.m. Even last night after this amazing event. Oh, you didn't go in there. We just went to get a sideball, right? The place you guys went to closed at like what 2 a.m. as well. Just late night snacks and obviously other events closes super late.
I couldn't imagine being in a place where like
Everything closes early.
yeah, like where you pretty much on the off chance that you decide like maybe you're out late, like you've maybe been chilling with the boys, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
On that off chance that you are out late and you just want to go somewhere, and it's like no, actually everywhere's closed.
That was Adelaide.
Yeah, I didn't want to drag it. I was trying to say I couldn't imagine being in Adelaide without saying
The thing is,
anything.
what I'm saying, we're not even
Definitely.
talking about like haps or anything. Or
Like just a
event.
Krispy Kreme, bro.
Because even like,
Yeah, just a little one Krispy Kreme.
even at the start of the year, we went to Chapel Street.
Yeah.
You and
Oh,
I.
bro, that was a good night. Yeah.
Bro, beautiful night, beautiful weather. It was warm. It was like 12 a.m. We're walking around Chapel Street with ice cream.
Yeah, bang up.
Bro, beautiful. And the street was live, right?
Bang over.
But yeah. How does that compare to you know, obviously when, I don't know if it was quiet where you were at, coming down over here trying to adjust to you know, busy city.
Yeah, honestly, well, first of all, I'd like to appreciate the fact that you guys didn't diss my city.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people do
tried well.
violate.
It looks beautiful.
Nah,
like
yeah.
like what's the word? Nature.
Yeah.
wise.
Is that where, is it Cobram? Is there as well or something? Or Kubapedi, sorry.
Yeah, no.
You don't know about?
No.
Koopa Trooper, that's Mario.
This guy's a goofy. Kubapedi's in Perth, Western Australia, right? Or something.
Yeah,
This
and
guy.
you're outside of
stayed in
Perth.
Nah, bro. He's just there, bro.
I think I'll find it, but I can't
Find
carry
it,
it.
sure. But yeah, no, like everyone violates Perth for it being small, it being tiny, there being nothing there. Like we do have things, but like you said, like it does
That's South Australia.
close down. I thought so. But yeah, like things do close early because there's no real reason for
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
or if there
for
is,
sure.
like there are certain places like there is a 24-hour cafe. Yeah,
The
but
one.
it's the one. That's,
The
the thing.
one.
That's what everyone goes to, and then that's what they go to. It's
Yeah.
called what's it called? I forgot. But
Damn, it's not that good.
it's not. But adjusting was hard because I was saying earlier, like even the fact that there's a 24-hour Kmart is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Like in certain places, I'm like, wow, like if I need anything at this time,
I can go get that.
I can literally
Go
go
to
get there.
Kmart.
Everything in Perth closes at like 10, 9,
Twit.
like around that time. So I guess you got to try to get everything in before then,
Yeah.
which kind of gives you that little bit of urgency. But it's like
Man
there's a
said
lot
it
of
gives,
freedom
it gives us good organization skills. He
That's
said.
so crazy because like whenever I've been to like, I don't know, like let's say a Sorrento or any of those kind of like Airbnb road trip type of places, and you know, like there everything closes 8:30, 9, if you're lucky 10, yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice, just disconnecting for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Couple
Yeah.
days
But I'm like,
early.
imagine like every
Yeah.
single day is like we're disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want
Orange
juice right now, yeah. And it's 11:30. It's like, nah, long day. Even Uber's closed. Like,
That's
what the hell?
crazy. to
And
me,
that's
bro.
what it is as well too. Like it's so busy here that time flies like that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Like
Hey, for real though, yeah.
like
Ooh,
I
that's
feel like the days are way quicker. Like even with daylight savings as well too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it even worse.
it makes it way worse.
Oh, you guys don't have daylight savings there?
No, we don't. So like
Crazy,
right now
yeah.
we're 2 hours behind now.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Yeah.
summer 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what that
I
does
rate
to you
it.
then, to be honest. To either, to be having a place where things fly by quick or a place where things are slow. Because, like, does it feel like life is running away from people? Or on the other side, does it feel like, what would it feel like if you have so much time? Or if you feel like
Just
you
feel
have,
like the day's
or
going
just the
slower,
concept
though.
of a slower day? Like, what is
Yeah.
that would it be a benefit? Or could that also be a detriment as well? Because, like, I can see it here because of how fast things go past. Bro, life is
Life
happening
is
to people.
running, bro. I'm like, bro,
yeah.
where you running?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
hey, for real.
There's an element I think where it's just a personal thing, where it's because you know, like you'll get people that let's say grew up in the Sunshine Coast, where it's a pretty slow paced place, right? That like are like I want to go to the big city, and they come here with Sydney and they thrive. Yeah. Then you get the people that grew up here and they're like, yo, this is just too much, and they go there and they enjoy life more. I'm like, I think this just comes down to, because I've noticed me, like I can't be in those quiet, small places, all that kind of stuff. Like I just, in my mind, I'm like, we're just meant to be doing a lot.
Yeah.
But for someone else, they're like, why would we be meant to be doing a lot?
I will go to South Australia. You guys don't have 3 jobs? Like, you're not doing this and this initiative as well? Like, what's going on here? That's mad, man.
Yeah, I don't know what the but yeah, I agree with you.
It's just personal.
I like
It's your mindset.
I like this, but also because, man, everything's going on every single day here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels like everything is just.
That's what I was going to say. You can have a slow pace even in Melbourne, even though Melbourne naturally is like
Then you get
everyone's
that
on the
fat
go.
FOMO.
I
yeah,
guess.
that's
I
the
guess
thing.
FOMO's a
So-
thing
so
for
FOMO.
you,
You
maybe.
Jump on the socials and you see that everyone had a
Everybody's
good
out,
time
yeah.
the night before. Come on, man. Yeah.
The thing is, even the events are good events as well. Like
Yeah.
even yesterday we went to the Good Gratitude.
Shout out,
shout out, yeah, amazing event. But that was
You
just a
there?
vibe.
No. What's that? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, come on, put him on game.
What is a good
No, I want to
gratitude?
hear this, Carlos. It's
Yeah,
a good
Carlos.
event.
Amazing event. Put him
I
on
was
game.
just doing that video for that event.
Look at
This, how did this guy turn into content creator at every
everywhere
event?
now, yeah. Don't let him cook. Let him cook.
It's a hobby.
One of our friends, Henrietta, she created a product called the Good Gratitude, but it's even beyond a product. I think she's turning into like a
community.
Event.
a community ultimately. Yeah, it's really nice way
Multiply
to put
the
it.
good.
But
Got a journal,
essentially the product was like a gratitude journal. I think there's a couple like it's like a morning kind of thing. Then I reflect on the day, do something in the evening kind of. It's a really nice.
Have you
product
guys
to
been
put
using
together.
your journals?
Yeah, of course, man. I was the tester.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you were.
That's what I was
man.
asking if you guys
Come
been
on
using
now.
your
Yeah, man.
journals.
But yeah, it was. You see events like that, like good events, like what kind of might miss out.
That aren't clubbing or that aren't going out. Drinking.
Yeah, there's different
I
social
like
kind
that.
of connectivity
Yeah.
ones, man. I'm with that.
I think I like that about Melbourne. There's like that. There's both sides. You can go.
You can lose it.
You can
yeah.
go down that side where you're out drinking, doing all that stuff, clubbing, and then you can have this wholesome. So it's
Yeah.
like journal, like was it journal? Not journal. It was like a mood board session that was here one time.
Yeah.
Like all that type of stuff. Like so.
It's a banger, man.
It is, it
But I was gonna
really
say, hey, man, before we get too deep in it, let's do this top 3,
Oh,
and then let's get to
yeah.
some serious topics. Yeah, he said, "What's the top 3?" Yeah, you better find out, man.
All right, so we'll
that's
grab
the board.
our boards. Today's top 3. All right, so we've got this game where we do top 3. I give you guys a category or just something, and then you have to list the top 3 things in order. And if you get it correct, you win the point.
So last week we had what, top 3?
Most
Deadliest
deadly animals.
Deadliest
Most deadly animals.
Animals that kill the most humans was last week. Which was a good one.
Yeah, I won.
Okay, today's one is a
Number
nice
one,
fun
number
one. Not sure how Daniel will rank on this one.
Oh,
Not
man.
gonna lie.
And if it's something sport, then that's rude that you said
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Wow, that was rude.
Oh, she said.
Why you not over there,
sorry.
bro? Why you not believing in me?
The fact that you even knew what it
No,
was.
I know, yeah.
Actually,
hold
it's
up.
fairground. It's
Jacob,
fairground.
what's your sport? Footy?
Oh, I have 2.
You look
Footy
football.
and soccer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Both.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool,
Football.
cool.
I say soccer because
Yeah.
there's the other football. But yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily like football, but yeah, football / social media. All right, cool. So we're gonna go. Give me the top 3 most supported football clubs based on social media. So following, yeah.
Oh, following.
Football clubs that have the most following.
Football
on
as in
social-
AFL football?
No, soccer. Sorry.
Soccer football.
Oh,
Soccer
this
football.
is just
Yep, soccer football.
Most followed accounts.
Yes, the most followed accounts, and it's across all. So today's top 3 was
Man's
top
locked
3 most followed football teams on social media. So who wants to go first?
Should we do it all?
Who would like to give us their list,
I don't want
please?
to
I'll just get mine out the way, huh? How you
Okay.
going?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah.
All right, man. Obviously, today we got Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh gosh, nice name.
PSG.
I know.
Like, it's not horrible.
Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, so I should put that.
Oh my
Oh
days.
my!
Maybe I should have.
Miami.
Just hear it. It's the social media, she said.
Bad boys. No,
Bad boys.
yeah, no, I get it.
All right, it is. For the audio listeners,
Beckham,
I put
yeah.
PSG first, Man City second,
Crazy.
Miami
I know why
FC
my-
third, and then Liverpool.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, horrible.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, whatever. Let's just find
Yep.
out.
I'll go next.
Oh, wait. Can I just add a new one?
No, go for it.
No. Oh.
I'll put another honorable mention. Real
Liverpool's
Madrid.
not bad.
God, Jude Bellingham is doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's football, but this is the Orlando Magic. First is Barcelona, second Real Madrid, third Man United. Honorable mentions Bayern Munich. Yeah, other honorable mention was Borussia Dortmund because
put-
they have an insane following.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I was thinking Barca, but I was just like, it's just social media. So I'm
Yeah.
just trying to think in that line. That's golden age football, but social media.
I got the same as this guy, Barcelona, Real Madrid, but I got Man City instead of Man United.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know why you go Man City.
Yeah, that's why I was like City.
No, because City won the Champions League.
I don't think they have
They
like
have
a
zero
loyal
fans.
following like
They have
that.
zero
Yeah,
fans.
yeah.
Zero real
No, bro.
fans.
Everyone around me loves City, so I don't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only put it down just because. Yeah. Anyways, we'll find out. What do you say?
You got. I didn't write that name, but
To be honest, yeah, you're right, man. United.
Oh,
I got
Just different order.
Real Madrid, Man United, and then Barcelona. And honorable mention Liverpool. I was gonna go Liverpool instead of Barca, but
I think Barca because you like we're thinking Insta, but she said all social media,
Yeah.
Facebook.
all social
Everything.
media.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But still, Real Madrid fans are insane. Like they're like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what
Like
I
they're
said.
crazy.
What about Real Madrid?
All right, so we got the same top three in different order.
basically.
Madrid, man.
Two, yeah, I got
All right,
City
cool.
in here.
So I will go from top 5 and then we'll work our way up to top 3. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Please say Man United.
To be honest, everything you guys, I don't know about you.
Just whatever, man.
Everything you guys mentioned is in top 10. Everything you guys mentioned is in top 10. I'm pretty sure yours as well, actually.
Whatever.
Everything-
Stop talking, man.
When you say your top three, yeah, just don't look that side.
No, he actually didn't do horrible. He didn't do horrible. All right, so we're going to go top
This was
5.
okay, shout.
This is as of February 2024. So there's nothing as of recent.
Okay.
But Feb 2024
see.
with 147 million across all social media. In 5th place, we've got Juventus.
Juventus.
Okay.
Okay.
Juventus.
Ronaldo did play there. Yeah.
Yep.
Italiano.
In 4th place with 163 million, we've got PSG.
Come on. All right. So
In
if
fourth
it,
place.
yeah. But yeah, if, you know, if it comes to it,
You guys got this.
I've got someone in the race.
All right. In 3rd place with 207 million, we've got Manchester United.
So far.
The top 2 places correct.
All right.
Nah, it has to be.
2nd place with 318.8 million, we've got Barcelona.
That's second.
Nah. I had
Switched.
but I
You
got
have your switched.
Okay.
And then in 1st place,
It's Real
with
Madrid.
360 million, we've got Real Madrid.
I'll take I'll take the first place.
Yeah.
I'll take the
Is that a
first
tie?
place.
You won it. You won it.
First
Yeah?
place,
the
right?
first one.
Hey,
so I
congrats.
think
Damn it,
you
why did we never do
got it.
Wow.
Hey, we got a Mentos for you after, man.
Nice little prize.
Jeez,
Wow.
man.
That's surprising, honestly. I didn't think.
What, Real Madrid
Yeah.
first?
I thought.
I thought Barca for sure.
Yeah.
Bro, the numbers that we're talking about are so crazy. Because,
Yeah.
like, you said
Heaps.
147 million for the 3rd place, I think that was.
Yes.
Or 4th or whatever. And it's like, what's Cristiano on just Instagram?
Who's like 550?
Just him alone, yeah.
550 mil?
Yeah.
Don't piss me off.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah,
That's so wild to
he's
think
bigger
of
than
these-
any franchise. Damn.
Man's getting choked up for losing the top 3.
I wonder how much his ads are. Like to get an ad with him would be like
For real, expensive.
in the. Yeah, I don't want to.
I remember years ago. This would have been like 7, 8 years ago. LeBron, any tweet, like advertising tweet, was 140,000 a tweet. This is when it was 140 characters. on a
Characters,
tweet.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like $1,000 per character.
Jeez.
And he was like on I can't bother doing this anymore kind of thing.
Nah,
Yeah.
man.
So I was like, just do it and then donate that 140 every
Yeah,
time. Yeah.
greedy ass goat, mate. All right, bro.
Hey, man, you've been on that level, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We got so many different angles in terms of ways we can take this. I feel like everyone had different convos and ideas and prompts that were in the chat. But I don't know if you want to start. I got one. I want
I'll send it. Go for it.
Yeah. I was driving home with Marwa. I can't remember what day it was. I think it was Friday. Yeah. I shouldn't have even put all the timestamps on it now. But she saw a story like someone was putting up that their house was essentially it was on fire. And I was like, first of all, I haven't heard something as crazy as that in terms of that proximity in like a hot minute. I'm like, I forgot like
Houses
houses
fire.
can catch on fire, bro. And just like that, the livelihood is gone. I'm like, this is wild. Like, it's one of those one, like, bro, how much money does this Donny need? We need, let's fundraise. Because that's crazy, bro. But then I was even thinking there, like, let's say, and I hope this wasn't the case, let's say that was like an intentional on a, like an arson kind of vibes, yeah? I was like, bro, what's stopping people from doing a madness? Because there's nothing stopping someone, God forbid, from getting a little something and then while we're out, just
Do that.
come back home and your house is charcoal chicken, bro. Like, this is crazy. So I was like, yo, what stops? Is it morals? Is it fear of punishment? What actually stops people from doing crazy things, right? Even down to the level of like literally just walking past a car of someone you don't like and just keying it or something. You know what I mean? Like, what is actually limiting people from doing these things that are very accessible and easy to do, but they have like massive ramifications on others? Because think about it. Every single one of our houses, whenever we leave, is so vulnerable.
Bro, not even when we leave. When we're
there.
when we're in there.
When we're there too, our cars, whatever it might be. So I was just like, I wonder what it is that goes on that we tend to not see these things happen so much. Like, what is actually stopping people from doing a madness?
You reckon generally, like, the average human is kind of like on that vibe of, I wouldn't like it to happen to me, so why would I do it? I think that has to be it.
Yeah,
right?
I think the average definitely is like...
Because, like, the people that don't think that way, all of us as a society go like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
But if someone does something to you though, you're more likely to now think, I will do that to them.
That thing to you.
Explain.
Because we're sitting here, obviously none of us have any hate or anger towards somebody that we're like, okay, I'm going to go and key your car.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone does something to you, you might think, I'm going to go key your car. And you might actually do it. So it depends on like the circumstance and what that person does. But on a general, it's like, if I wouldn't like that someone did that to
100%. But like, see, that one at least, like, it warrants a reaction. Can't say the reaction is correct or incorrect, right? Because
be saying just on a whim.
Yeah. Because I don't know, do you guys ever have those friends in school or anything that would just like key cars?
No.
I had one that liked to light things on fire, which was wild.
And do,
it was
like,
just
where?
random. It was
Like where?
like would be in the back in the oval, like at school, and she'll just light things up on fire and just leave it to catch on grass and then do all of that stuff. So yeah, that was super scary. Not gonna lie.
I had a friend who would just smash windows for the sake of
That's
Just look at them like,
What kind of
why?
windows?
car windows. Like,
Windows.
Like, wait, which windows?
That's
car
wild.
windows.
How? Like, is it just a piff of rock? Run away.
Like, randomly, just like, we go up to the car window and smash it.
That's a menace.
It's crazy.
Like bare fist?
Nah, like he would use like a
Solid
rock
or-
or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Nah, that's crazy.
But like, I think it also comes down to like, you know who the most scariest people are? People who don't, like, have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Like, and it comes down, like, I think it also comes down to like acting on your intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, we all have intrusive thoughts. Like, when you're like at like a high building, you guys ever thought about like,
Dog?
jump.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'll have a conversation with someone that, like, let's say like a pastor or like a boss at work or something like that, and I'm just like, kick him in the head. Kick him in the head. Like, and then I'll stop listening to what they're saying because I'm like, what are you doing?
Why would you do that?
And I think it's like you're coming back, like you have that thought, and you're just like, you're like, whoa. Like, it's kind of like you're taking your thoughts captive in a way where you're like, I'm not going to
100%, yeah.
do that. So like, I feel like it's just, and it comes down, I guess, to like a moral compass. Like, we've grown up with these moral things that we're told not to do. So we kind of don't do it, but
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of people that live with the mentality of there's nothing, I got nothing to lose. There's a few of them, 100%, but I don't think there's that many, which is why we don't see. Again, this is just based on like where we at in Melbourne, and I can't speak too much about what's going on like in London and these places because who knows over there.
We've got a lot of people here that live like they've got nothing to lose. We have a lot of people in Melbourne. Come on, it's getting worse and worse, bro.
Yeah.
It is actually-
15-year-olds are
that.
living in a way of like, I have nothing to lose. And I'm like, bro, you have gained nothing.
Yeah. There's
You
nothing
haven't
that
had
you
time
can
to
lose.
gain anything.
I don't know, like to an extent, yes, but also what they're doing is very targeted as well. If that sort of makes sense, it's not like completely random.
A lot
Act
of
on a
the
whim,
ones
yeah.
are
Bro, a lot
random,
of it
though.
is like,
A
let's
lot
just
of it
steal a
is.
car. Oops, we crashed someone and killed them.
Damn, that the way this guy just
Yeah,
summarized that.
But that
roller
happened
coaster.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
mad, bro.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we don't live in a good place. Perth might be the...
Yeah, no,
It's the same?
you know,
I think we want a quiet place now. So.
bro, I remember I subscribed to like the 9 News Melbourne because I was in 9 News Perth, and like all the news reports were like chill, like someone broke into there,
It's officially summer.
or like a truck got stuck under the bridge, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come here, murders, double homicide,
Yeah,
doctor
man.
dies, this that, house invasion,
Yeah.
it's like a killing and a shooting here is like on the regular. It's
pretty wild.
It's
It is
gotten
pretty wild to
a
think
lot
about it like
more the
that.
last 2 years, I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's funny though because
Yeah,
I
wow.
say what stops a lot of us from doing a madness, but there are a lot of people doing a madness. But then it's like it's interesting how much we just live in such a detached life from a lot of that.
Yeah.
We go about confidently forgetting like there's a whole like that same day that we've stepped out. If we tuned into the news, there would have been a report of something crazy that happened on that exact same day. Bro.
Outside of our bubble.
Outside of our bubble, man. Yeah, which is thank God, but it's like it's wild that this is our bubble, but then literally right next to it, there's that going on there. But I was just thinking, I was like, yo, is it more? I don't think it's in morals necessarily, because I'm like, everyone's morals can be based on something different. Like, and we're also not in a country where like faith is upheld as the standard. You know what I mean?
I think at the end of the day, like faith is what underpinned, or
Some of the
standards of faith is what underpinned a lot of stuff in societies around the world, but specifically this society I would say is more maybe Christian values, right? And I think like that just has a knock-on effect on things. And so it might not be morals, but I think also people just don't want trouble. Like they don't want to deal with the trouble, right? So all right, if I punch in this window, I get caught. And I have to deal with X, Y, Z. Probably not worth punching in this window, is it?
Then now you got to pay a whole bunch of money
Mm-hmm.
for it. It's like, nah, like I'm already working too hard. And you're telling me half of my pay going over here. So
mad, bro.
I think it's a consequence that they have to face. They're like, I don't want to face that.
Now I'm a bit interested. Yeah, you said you used to be with a friend that would just punch windows. Yeah, what antics were you getting up to in Perth? Yeah. What's going on in Perth?
Well, more importantly,
punching in the other window?
do you still hang out with his friends?
I did not hang out with this friend. I did not. But I think they were just young and dumb. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like you get to an age where you're just like, hey, I want to stop punching windows
Yeah,
at some point. But no, in Perth, like, how do I talk about Perth? Like, it's not too like the drama in Perth. Really, it's crazy. It's like divided between like a river. It's like there's like north and south.
Interesting.
And that's like
Okay. Kind of like Melbourne.
north south of the river. Yeah, so it's kind of like nothing really too crazy happens in Perth. Honestly, like if there is something, then like you kind of know who's involved or whatever. But then I don't know. I haven't been there for a while, so I can't really.
Right. Yeah. See what's going on now. It might be Sin City right now.
Exactly. And I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Do you think you had a phase of like doing crazy things when you were like young? Because I'm wondering like what we think some of our wild antics were at a younger age.
See, not really violent.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Man, no.
No. Like I've had a couple fights back in my days, but I feel like I did have a stage. It depends how you would.
Like where you put it along the spectrum
what you
of
put
wild or whatever.
Yeah, but like I feel like I got everything out before the age of like 18, 19. Because I went
that's a lot of years, bro.
clubbing when I was 16.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess it is pretty crazy. But like, I got all that out before 18, 19 and then kind of like chilled.
Yeah, mellow it
The
out.
rest.
Yeah. You know, stormy grand finals. No, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that after. Damn, man.
How about you guys?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Even when it comes to the fights one, because I never scrapped. Never, ever had a scrap.
The fight one never.
Yeah.
I feel like no one tried you though.
That's what I'm like. I wonder if that played a big role in it. Because I've always been a taller kid out of everyone. So I don't know
You were
if that...
also sheltered though.
What does that mean?
Like you were sheltered.
Was you homeschooled?
Nah, yeah, like what you say.
He tells you I'm going to fight in school. You find out homeschool is just scrapping with his
My
sisters.
sisters.
Like you had strict parents, so it's not like you were out at events.
Yeah, but I'm
or
still
places.
in school. Like someone can still piss me off in school.
I also felt like from year 7 to maybe 11, Daniel's the type. If you're trying to start him, he'll just run away from you.
What does that mean?
What are they doing? Like,
Yo,
This is a witness.
the Sudanese have something out, bro. Just these guys lost this morning, bro. What's going on, bro? Something out, yeah.
In year 9, you say something to Daniel,
Nah, these guys are fraud.
That's crazy. Then
and then I think year 10 or halfway through, you became the guy.
Wait, no, you put someone up against a wall once, didn't you?
But that was with
you had a
fight.
story of doing this?
I've said it before on the pod, I think.
He has, yeah, you
Yeah, I
said
think
it.
I might have said it. It was
What
the guy.
year was that?
That was probably year 9 or 10. The guy just
Yeah,
kept
see, I
on
told
going
you,
around.
year
He was like
10.
that. He was just saying, Daniel's gay, Daniel's gay, Daniel's gay. And then I got so mad.
I'm not.
sure.
I got so mad. I pulled him up against. But I'm the type that when I'm
So you
getting
did the
angry.
gayest thing possible. You held him close to your face. I'm not gay.
Kiss you on your forehead. But bro, when I get angry, I start to get like teary eyed. So it just wasn't working out for me. Bro. I put him up against the thing, and then I started feeling the tears. I had to drop him and cut.
This is not me.
That's a cut, bro.
If that was
Oh, my
was in
days.
year 9, you would have ran away from the situation.
Shut up. These guys are absolutely
Holding someone by the collar is a nice feeling.
dog. I was surprised I picked him
Bro,
up.
I saw that live.
Yeah, legs were off the ground. I don't
I
know.
saw
how
that live, bro. I was like, wow.
I saw it live. He
I
said,
was
"Let me not try it
yeah,
again.
this is a bit scary.
Let me not try this guy, bro."
That's crazy.
Did you guys get into scraps?
Nah, not fights.
Yeah.
No.
Never got a scrap, man.
I always got scared of
In
getting into
sports
fights.
only, but yeah.
Yeah, in fights, I'm always scared to get into an actual fight.
I got destroyed.
Not because I get knocked not because I get knocked.
You know what it is? When you have glasses, you think twice.
You get to see the
Because it's like,
situation.
bro,
twice.
I'm gonna look like a fool if I just.
Yeah.
You can't win because you hit your face.
Finish,
If you
bro.
take them off, you can't see either. No win.
Yeah. One day you're gonna fly. But not even that. I'm just scared to hit someone really bad.
Oh, here we go. He thinks
No,
he's
no,
he's
no.
got the
Strong,
power.
yeah?
He said Hulk smash. I'm getting angry, bro.
Nah, for real. Like I'm actually because I
Nice
think
guy.
I think in this situation I think a couple of steps ahead. Right. Especially this whole one punch can
Yeah,
kill.
yeah, yeah, king
Because
hits
I
you
remember
back.
ages ago I was watching the news and literally these 13-year-olds, someone. It's not even about the impact of my punch. It's
just how they fall.
land,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
they fall. And bro, just like that, I might do life, bro. Like so. Nah,
I think as an adult,
I
it's
don't want
crazy
to
to not
scrap
get
or
into
whatever. Like if I get knocked out, get hit, I don't care about that part.
Nah, you will, bro. When you wake up 5 years later, bro,
Like
you might think you wish you punched him.
If I get hit bad, like I'm going to recover. I'm just scared
Of
what
that
I will
situation,
do
yeah.
to the other person. That's
doesn't
that's
know
my
his own
fear.
power.
Because man, honestly, life happens quick for people
does,
as well.
it does.
1 minute you this, next minute you're literally behind bars.
Yeah.
what was the one where you
Yeah,
got
where
destroyed?
Oh, so back in my day, I'm not even that old, but back when I was in high school, I used to sell vapes, but the shisha pens. Though. It wasn't even like the actual vape.
I remember the silver thin ones.
Yeah.
From Amazon. So
But I remember smoking one of those in my house when we had guests over with a friend. And then my dad comes and he's like, "Why is this hazy in here?"
Dad, I think the aircon's broken.
crazy. But yeah, so I had the shisha pens. I remember I was like, damn, I have an idea. I'm gonna sell these at school. I was like businessman when I was like 16. And I remember I was in P, and that's like the prime place to get everything.
Yeah, man. That's when you can. The product can move.
So, but I remember I left everything in my bag. I was playing P. It was my favorite subject. So I was like playing, was distracted. I come back, all my pens are gone. I'm like, yo, who took my shit? Like, where is it? I remember asking everyone. I swear I was a detective that day. I remember asking everyone, like, have you seen my pens? Have you seen my pens? There was one guy that was rumored of taking it. His name's Noah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to confront him. And this guy's reckless. Like, he's one of those white boys that, are on psychedelics and, are on,
Oh, word.
Yeah, one of them ones. So,
Even at 16ish.
yeah,
Interesting.
Perth.
Hey, there's nothing else to do.
The home of Tame Impala, man.
Yo, yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah,
That's
true.
facts.
Yeah.
But, so this guy Noah, so I go up to him, I'm like, did you take my pens? And he's like, nah. But then I realized as well, too, that, this guy's a lot bigger than me, he's a lot taller than me. So I was like, you know what? Let me go get my cousin. He was in the year above. So I get my cousin. I'm like, bro, I think this guy stole my pens. I had no proof. I just told him this guy stole my pens. After school. Do you know when after school everyone's following that one fight?
Yeah.
That's what type of
Yeah.
fight it was.
The
It was
word
like,
has traveled already,
word travels.
man.
Fast.
Teachers are finding out. It's like a park across the street. So we go to it's called the duck pond. That was like the spot.
Oh, that's a nice thing to say. Meet me at the duck pond, bro. That's crazy.
So we go to the duck pond, and my cousin's there. He's like, "Hey, did you take his pens?" He's like, "Nah." He's like, "Okay, let's fight."
Logic as kids, man.
Crazy. They were fighting. They're going at it. I was there, just a cheerleader, just watching, and I'm like, "Get him!" My cousin gets knocked out. My cousin, he actually full blood gets knocked out. So I'm there, and I'm just like, damn.
You gotta jump in.
I have to jump in.
No.
So I go out, jump in. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. I said, I was there. He held my hands. He literally held my hands. And it's like, just don't do this. I was like, no, you don't do that. Give me my pen.
It's not you. You're not acting like yourself. Don't do this.
And then, by then the teachers came. They broke it off. Nothing. I couldn't do anything. I got my cousin.
Wow, cousin's a real one.
He's real.
That is wild, man.
Can't spell anymore, but yeah.
Wait,
He shakes a little bit when he walks, but it's okay.
Right.
so did he have your pens?
I don't know.
To this day, you never know. Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
Were you buying them off eBay?
eBay.
Yeah.
It came in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks. But I remember I had to order to my friend's address because my parents found it.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Oh man, I was never on anything wild like that. I mean,
Nothing-
I had a hustle though. I did have a hustle as
What was
well.
your hustle?
I was selling
PDF.
my textbook PDFs. So the
Okay.
school books we'd get, they come with the PDF version. So I would upload put the picture and everything on eBay, and then send a Dropbox link to people that buy it.
That's crazy.
And obviously it turns out that that's illegal. What I was doing. I got that. eBay hit me with the sanction, man. Yeah, I had to shut down my whole business. But I was making sound guap, bro.
I can imagine.
I think in like, this is maybe, I was maybe 15, 16. In a month, I had like $350 that came
Hey,
in.
that's not at that age.
eBay came and shut me down, bro. They said, if you continue this, we're going to take legal action. Jacaranda, I don't know if you guys know them. They're the supplier.
yeah.
Jacaranda was going to get involved. I say, yay.
That's enough shit that this quick.
I was making guap, bro.
I remember I used to work at KFC as well too. So my side hustle was I would bring all the leftover KFC to school.
Nah.
The next day, bro, soggy chips and everything.
And I was
Supercharged sauce.
everything. I had wicked wings. I had in Perth. In Perth, we
Dude
actually
opened up his own canteen.
As if people were buying that the next
I sold
day.
for $1 each. That's what I was doing. And in Perth, we actually have like hot and spicy chicken. Like you guys know how you guys have original only.
Yeah.
We actually
Yeah.
have hot and spicy.
That's nice.
options,
Yeah.
Which oh my gosh,
It's
you
so
guys-
good,
I think
yeah.
you guys have had it as like promotions.
Yeah.
But like we
That's
have
a
it
regular.
every single
Damn.
day.
That's lit.
Oh my gosh, it was the best. So I
Bring
would sell
back
that
hot
for
and
like $1
spicy.
each.
That's our next campaign.
So people are actually buying it.
Yeah, but then like a week later, everyone got sick because like
Yeah, bro.
there's some like there's like if you reheat it, because I'll put it in the microwave.
Jacob got us sick. Let's knock out his cousin again.
Yeah, we just cover that.
I
So
got
they
in
found
trouble.
out it was a KFC.
Yeah, no, I got in trouble. Like I was on the newspaper and everything.
Oh my
like,
That's
like
sick.
to not bring food. Like yeah, it was bad.
Damn.
His photo there, bad.
So mad. I was gonna say we're here now. Then, like, I feel like you were about to pivot some more.
I wish I did more bad when I was a kid.
we say this.
Because like my thing was, it wasn't a hustle in a financial sense. It was more like a hustle in terms of like just for the love of society. I just didn't pay for chewing gum for like 2 years. So every morning, like I'd get off the bus. The mall was, the shopping center was right next to my school. So I'd just go Woolies, get like chewing gum. And just like 2 or 3 packs a day probably. Put in my
That's criminal
pocket.
behavior, though.
Well,
my
because
friend.
this is
That's
what no.
stealing.
Well, but that is
You're literally stealing.
That's
my mom said,
yeah.
"Don't waste your money on little things." So, and then I was like, you know, when you open gum at school and everyone wants, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna be the guy that's like picking and choosing who gets gum. So I was like, let me just,
Give it to everyone.
if I bring more, everyone gets.
If I bring one, they give more. Robin Hood.
So you started stealing.
Yeah, I'm
more.
Robin Hood, bro.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So,
Like literally every single day for like a year and a half, I reckon it was. Yeah, I'd just go in, take the gum, put it in my pocket, walk out,
Damn.
and then just.
The craziest part is they were onto him. They were definitely onto him. They were just letting him run.
Just letting him
They said
slide.
that he probably comes from war-torn background and that. Let me let this guy on it
So you never bought anything like it's not even like the self-checkout hack or anything. You just
No,
put it in the
some mornings like maybe I'd get like an orange juice or something, and then like pay for that.
Orange juice and gum.
bro, you know what's so funny? You know when you think you're doing something undercover.
But they know.
But then when you look back, you see this guy, the camera doing this,
Yeah.
walk in, walk out every morning, same time. You're like,
Come on, man.
people knew.
They know.
They know.
pocket. That just reminds me, like I was in Bali one time. And
Man took his antics to Bali.
yeah, no, it's crazy. Like this was my phase where like I used to steal for fun. Like I would walk into a shop and we'd walk out and I'd be like, oh, look what fell in my pocket, and I'd have something in my pocket, and like this time I was in Bali, same phase, and I was at the polo store and I thought it would be smart to like take a shirt.
Yeah, as you do.
Like
In Bali's crazy as well because these guys might just lock you up.
I wasn't thinking straight. It's like if like in Australia, it's a lot easier to do that. I was there. I had it in my bag. I put it in my friend's bag actually first, and then like we walk out and they're chasing us. They're like, "Oh, there's a shirt missing." I don't know how they even knew there was a shirt missing
Yeah.
because there was thousands of shirts. Like a shirt's missing. They check all our bags, but they didn't check that one bag.
Right.
Fuck.
And literally, my eyes flashed before my life flashed before my eyes. I was like, "Damn." Like if we get caught here, like I've heard what they do. To people.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Nah,
Chappelle can tell you
God
all
was
about
with me
it,
that
bro.
day, I
Yeah.
swear.
Goodness gracious.
Since that day, I continue to steal. But
Not in Bali.
It is
not
a
bad.
thrilling feeling. Like taking something is a
Yeah.
very thrilling
Yeah.
feeling. It's wrong, but yeah.
It's mad, bro. That's where these morals, that's what I'm saying. These morals be kicking in, man. I feel like for me, I just always had like my mom and dad's voice there, bro. And they made the whole like, like God's watching thing. That was the strongest part for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I told you to this day, I've only stolen one thing, which was the 2 books. I don't know if you guys know The Mouse, Geronimo Stilton. It's this children's book.
Yeah.
And there was this girl. I'm so sorry, Rebecca, bro. Yeah,
Oh, you saw someone out?
This is all the way in primary school.
Oh,
This
wow.
is grade 2. Yeah, this is wild. Now that I think about it, I was in grade 2, but I was doing. That's pretty bad at that age
Very
already.
bad.
But she had the whole collection of them, and she would always bring them in. I'm like, yeah, you think you're cool? Yeah. Right.
Was it in the case? Was it one of those cases?
She had the little one where you
that's
got like
nice.
4 in them. So it was PE. It was PE. Me and the guy that stole your stuff were on the same vibe, bro. It was PE, and she had her thing in her bag. I took 2 books, bro.
That's crazy.
And it's so funny, like, that was on my conscience for like 10 years, bro. 10 years. 10 years I was thinking, I'm like, if there's one thing that God's gonna use to shut the door on me, is that right there, bro.
Little mouse, bro.
Yo.
Judgment Day, crazy.
I felt so bad about it, man. But it is funny when you have those friends around you. Because again, with the gum thing, I think I might have said on the pod as well. Went shopping with a friend once. We thought it was a normal trip. I went and bought my stuff. We get to the car. The guy's putting his hand in this gum.
Yo,
I was like, okay. But I was like, when, bro? Like, when did this happen, man?
It's funny because same time I was stealing gum and I was like, yeah, this is probably my limit. The other guys are like running into JB Hi-Fi, $700 headphones,
Yeah.
sprint out,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And I'm
I remember around
this
that
is
time, that
crazy.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Where people would actually, they were stealing heavy.
Right now.
Yeah, you're right, like $700
Yeah.
headphones. I was like, what?
I am trying to be
So
that
dumb.
parent that is like at the same time, I hear the funny stories, the character building side, but I just don't want my kid to end up in this type of trouble
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
Because
Because
ultimately,
it snowballs.
it
so
snowballs,
quick.
Yeah.
bro. Next thing you know, you know what I'm saying, man.
They're saying,
Selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They're cheap.
Yeah,
starting
man.
off with chewing gum, and next thing you know, if I can get away with this, I can get away with that.
Yeah.
It keeps going, bro.
But I was gonna say, you mentioned the face was on the newspaper in Perth. That's not your first and last time in that type of
Wait,
a
was that a
situation.
school newspaper?
No, it was a school news.
Yeah.
No, but that's rude though.
Yeah,
every
that's-
single student gets to find out of, and their
Hey,
parents.
because like school newspapers was banging.
It did its rounds.
Yeah,
bro.
it did. Yeah, I used to keep up with that. So
Yeah,
wow.
Okay, yeah, you had to, bro. You're learning how to read for the first time in Australia, man. I'm sorry. I was trying to get you back after you said I ran away all the time.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Oh,
But you were there.
shut up, man. Shut up. Tell me what goes through your mind when you're thinking about the plot of your particular antics that you get up to. So I've got namely 2 that are in mind. Obviously, one of them is related to Prime as well.
Oh, that's why you got pride.
But the AFL or the Bring Back Crushers campaign,
Crusher.
and if you want to, we talk about
Yeah,
the product that
we
you
talk about-
created.
of course,
Yeah,
of course.
Talk about your product that you created. Let's walk us through having an idea like this, and then having that thought and say, I'm not going to bring it captive. I'm going to see this thought become a real life content. You know what I mean?
Honestly, it's all flow state. You're just like you're literally just there. Okay, so for example, the Prime.
Yes.
That one was crazy, right? Like,
Give us the rundown. Maybe some people might not even
yeah.
know.
So basically, okay, so what I did was I snuck into the UFC and I made a Prime fleshlight. If you don't know what a fleshlight
I do
is,
remember this. Yeah.
it's like a Prime pussy, vagina, whatever you want to call it. It's like a hand, like one. It's a sex toy, okay?
This guy's cooked.
And what I did was I basically I made it for KSI and Logan Paul to give to them. And the reason why I did it wasn't for no reason. So basically I had this idea always to like sneak into the UFC.
Yeah.
It was in Perth. I was like, I have to do something along the lines
Yeah.
of this because I did it at the grand final
Yeah.
for the AFL. I'll get into that in a bit. But I was like, okay, I need a reason because everything I do, I kind of need a reason to do it. Like I'm not just going to sneak in and just,
I'm here. Yeah.
I'm here. So I was watching a KSI video and he was doing like a Reddit video and he was like reacting to like a Prime bong. Someone made like a Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Anyways, they made a Prime bong and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to turn this. No, and then he said, I thought it was a fleshlight.
Okay.
No one, please make me a fleshlight. And then he's like, oh no, I put it onto the internet, someone's gonna do it there. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I'm gonna do it. So that's what I did. I remember I was at the weigh-ins because it was like literally like 3-4 days before the UFC fight was happening. I was at the weigh-in and I was like, I need to get some bottles. They were giving out free bottles. It's just around the time the UFC actually sponsored Prime.
Yeah, right. Sponsored by
Or the
Prime,
Prime
yeah.
sponsored the UFC. So I got that and I was like, okay, I need a name. Instantly, Prime Vagina was the name that came to my head. And then just flow state from there. I remember
Flow state.
So, like, flow state,
The
like,
name you came up with is Prime Vagina.
like I remember I went to the sex store, bought what I needed to buy.
How do you go? Like, you literally...
Which one did you pick?
So I bought 3.
God damn, it was one bottle.
You know, 3 bottles.
Okay.
I got so creative with it. You know, like I wish I could show you as a picture, but like I made like packaging for it too. Like almost like
Dude had a whole
like
campaign.
that pop
Yeah.
thing. I made like a whole box. I made 3. I made Jake's cake, which is like an ass.
Okay, yeah.
Oh. I made like this this ebony one, and I made this like other white one. And like I made this whole packaging, like literally all in like 48 hours. I was with one of my friends, Brendan. Shout out Brendan. We were literally up for like 2 days.
Damn.
Just like making these things. We did a whole marketing campaign. Like if you watch a video, we actually put a lot of time and effort into it. Like, and then I stayed up for 48 hours before the UFC, making this thing, made it, and I snuck in with some like fake credentials I made.
Yeah.
And like, it was so surreal in there. Like everything just kind of just flew by.
Flow state.
Flow state, so like literally like, from the moment I even met KSI, like how I even got that Mike Malik,
Yeah.
who's
yeah.
on Logan's podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him the idea at the club the night before. And he's like, bro, that's so cool. Let me know when you're in there. It's like, so American. He's like, let me know when you get in there, bro. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I saw him. And he's like, oh,
You
come.
actually-
Yeah, come. He took me to KSI and I met KSI. He saw it. He was shook.
That's dope.
And like, it was like this whole experience. And then even right after that, I met one of my favorite AFL players of all time. Do you guys know Nick Natnui?
Yeah. I've actually always
We're
wanted
trying
to.
to- yeah,
He's
Yeah.
trying to get,
Yeah.
bro, that guy is one of my, like the reason I
He seems dope.
had dreads
Yeah.
is because of that guy.
Yeah.
Like I played footy because of that guy.
Interesting.
And I saw him right after and he's like, bro, did you just sneak in? I was like, yeah. He's like, I saw your AFL video there, like your content's good, keep it up there. And like, I think that moment there though was like the moment that like beat everything else.
It validated the whole,
It,
the whole
like, I can
operation.
maybe be like, okay, that's
Yeah.
sick. So yeah, like, and then even like with the MCG
AFL.
stuff,
Yeah.
like, so that whole Crusher, Bring Back the Crusher campaign was like, do you guys know Hash?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hash, that's my boy. He's the one that like had that idea.
Yeah.
Of like bringing back crushes. We've all had crushes, the best.
Oh, I missed
How
it.
good were they?
We
Yeah.
thought about to get some yesterday. So it was, we saw that we're
Yeah.
getting shakes at this spot and it said Golden Gate
Golden
time.
Gate
So I was like,
time.
oh snap. What if it's gonna be like the Crusher? It was
It's
bro, it was
never like
ice
it.
cream. It's not even this.
Nah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing
Bring back,
like
bro.
the
Bro,
Crusher.
they need to bring that back.
Yeah.
Like I feel like KFC will get back to its peak.
if they bring
If
him
they
back.
bring it back.
KFC.
On that, is KFC a little quiet at the moment?
Yeah,
For the last like
they've been
year?
quiet. Yeah, after
It's
they
been
tried
quiet,
that
yeah.
like double crunch patty, the burger,
Yeah.
they said we got nothing new.
Yeah.
We got nothing new, bro.
Interesting.
They just need to bring that crusher back,
And everything's straight.
Just someone needs to come back.
Listen to the youth.
Come on.
They do need to. But yeah, so so that was like Hash's idea, and it was also like we wanted to do something with the AFL Grand Final. Like we've had like we know other people that have snuck in before. Like there's a Misfit Minds.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Like they snuck in Perth when the final was there. They killed it. They got like a lot of views from that. So we were like, hey, let's sneak in to this. But then Hash was like, let's run on the pitch as well too. I remember I was like,
Flow state.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, okay. I'm thinking about my career. Like at the time, me and my friend Thomas, we wanted to be police officers. We were like, would this be a good financial life
bro.
business decision? And like, it took me a while, but I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And
So mad.
I just, like, I remember flying to Melbourne and being like, damn, I'm actually really doing this. But like, but the only thing that was going through my head was I need to sneak in.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even thinking about running onto the pitch. Remember? Snuck in, I got through. Thank God, like, some guy gave me his uniform.
So mad.
And then
That's crazy.
I went in, ran on the pitch, and yeah, the rest is what it is.
What's going through your mind on a pitch type of vibes as well? Like
Right.
that's
Yeah,
all
but
of
it was
Australia
the
is
pitch,
watching
yeah.
these moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
for real.
I remember the newspaper articles and that when they came out.
It was
That's
crazy.
even because I can't remember if you guys you took off a top to reveal the campaign
Yeah,
one
yeah,
underneath. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we even had a flag too. Like, but we couldn't show the flag because so me and Hash were going to go at the same time. Hash kind of got delayed a little bit, and if you see the video, he fell over, didn't even get onto the pitch fully. So like that whole flag thing was destroyed. Luckily we had the shirts. Luckily we had the shirts, but what's going through my head? It's just honestly, it's just do it. Like you can't think too much. You can't like 'cause the whole time and even I knew right. Like I can't do this during the game. I'm gonna get hate. I'm gonna like I know AFL fans. I know how they are. If you interrupt the game,
black man too.
They don't like you.
Yeah, you're finished.
it's not gonna be a good.
We
one.
don't care about pressure. Put them back on. Yeah.
So we did it in the third quarter.
Okay.
Like half time, like not half time, but like during the break. And it still got the coverage in it. It still did well.
Time,
And like even the video for myself, like it did well for me. Like it was my first video uploaded. It was kind of like my entry into YouTube.
Yeah.
What happened after that? What was the next day like?
So
What do your parents say?
Like parents, friends, fans.
Yeah.
What did you have to deal with the next day?
luckily my parents aren't really tapped in.
Yeah.
Like they don't even see that stuff until months and months after when I show them.
Yeah.
Or, like, I like let them know. Luckily, like they're not even in the community like that at the moment. So like, no one's really telling them things. I was lucky in that sense, and they just thought I was in Melbourne. They didn't even know I went to Melbourne because I was there for like 2 days, and just came back. I was like, oh, I was at my friend's house.
Nah,
Like-
this is mad.
So they don't, on that side of things, I was good. But everyone else, like, I think it was a mix of like, everyone's like the attention's coming in, which is good. Like it's like the exposure that I want. But I was also like, I have a video to upload as well. So I had to like think about editing this video, getting the video out. Like there's so much that goes on during. Like you can only really relax once you've uploaded the video.
Yeah.
After, because like for example, that I would imagine as a marketing guy, it's like KFC is like, I killed it.
Yeah.
Free promo.
Yeah.
Did they reach out?
No,
Why?
I don't know. And my like one of my goals has been to be in a KFC. I don't care advertisement as well too. Like I really want to do that. Like being one of those ads one day. But no, they didn't give anything. Which, you know, maybe
Like how much do they want to associate with it?
exactly like it might be too edgy for their marketing strategy, whatever it is. But I also think that they actually might not even bring back the crusher because, like I said, I used to work at KFC. Those machines were headaches.
That's what I hear. That's why it was a lot of the cleaning of it, right?
You just have to clean it every 2 days.
Yeah.
So much wastage.
And a lot of people just didn't end up cleaning them and stuff. Like,
Damn.
And then
Because of a lot more to have
to have it, but then
yeah,
naturally what you're getting from selling it.
Surely you'll just figure out an efficient machine, huh?
Yeah.
that's what you'll think. But
Like everyone else that makes milkshakes is still around. Like Boost is going strong. So what's going on here, man?
Crazy.
Oh man. I mean, how do you? Oh, no, so yeah, was it you? Or?
Yeah, I was gonna say like, with everything that you're doing, do you feel like it clashes with your faith at all?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
That's
go. I was
very
about
good.
to cook with that.
See, and going back to the prime stuff as well too. Yeah, right. Like that. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Logan.
Like, what does your pastor say when you go to church?
No, see. And all this stuff that happened was BC. So before Christ. Before
Before I was born again.
before I came back to the faith. And I feel like that's why I've taken such a long break as well too, because you are really just trying to navigate what you want to do with your platform, what you want to do with what you have. Because like all these things that I've done, like I don't regret it because they got me to where I am. And like honestly, like I'm not super proud of what I did to what the world or the secular media might see it as, but like I still believe I can do what I do without going to that extent. Doing that stuff. So like it clashes with me now, but back then it was part of
Because that wasn't what
content.
you were thinking about. No. But then now you having to find that balance of like, this is what I want to do. This is the content I want to do. But at the same time, it also needs to align.
Exactly. And I think like, and everyone that I meet, like even my pastor, he knows that's how I was before. And like, I think, you know, this was a big dilemma of mine for like ages. Like, how do I balance out content and my religion, my faith? Like what I, you know, like I want to be a better Christian. I want to be a better person every day. And I was at this one seminar with Johnny Chang. You guys know Johnny Chang, the Asian guy.
Is it like the
Ex-gangster?
Ex-gangster,
He's really cool. I like him.
He's super cool. And it was at St. Albans, and I remember like he was doing like a Q&A, and I asked a question. I was like, obviously I'm in this space where like I want to do content. I want to be the biggest YouTuber in Australia. I want to do all these things, but have my faith as well too. Like, how do I navigate that? What should I do? And because I was really struggling with that, and his answer was like, it gave me so much clarity. It was like, wherever you go, whatever you do, just take God with you.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
He will lead you and direct you the way you gotta go. Like, because me, I'm such a perfectionist as well too. I'm such like I need everything to be the way I want it to be. In
order to,
And I feel like once he kind of said that, it was kind of like, I don't need to stress about it too much. Like, everything will kind of just come as I'm going. Like, as long as I have my values, as long as I believe in what I believe in.
You carry that with you,
I carry that with me.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I think that's also a conversation that us as a podcast been having as well. Obviously been involved in the creative space because last year we were involved with Promised Land as well.
You're having a serious convo with Noah actually about that at Promised Land. How do you navigate this space?
Yeah, how to navigate the
but
space.
still, have faith in you and whatnot.
Of course, certain music being thrown there, this stuff happens. But at the same time, it's how do we coexist in that type of environment?
Yeah.
Right? You got this kind of music going on, but we're there to do our job.
Yeah.
We're there to interview artists. We're there to have our own podcast space. Right? But at the same time, we're not trying to run away from our faith.
Exactly.
And
even with that, because like you guys were like a part of the Afro beats, like
a lot of the contests and stuff that are going on.
See, like how you guys were here in Melbourne, I was doing that type of stuff in Perth as well too. I was like in those scenes and in like doing promotion, all that stuff in Perth, and like that was before I came, because like really my whole faith journey came when I moved to Melbourne. Right. That's when like I kind of went, okay.
What sparked it? Was it a friend? Was it an internal decision? Was it a phone call from your mom?
Now God came through for me.
Wow.
Honestly, like when I moved to Melbourne, I was always gonna move, and like it was a bunch of things, but like what really it was betrayal and God removing people out of my life. That kind of sparked everything. It was like once God took some people out of my life, and I realized that all these things in my life at the time were idols in my life, and that like I was really pushing God
to the side,
away to the side. Like I would call myself a Christian, but bro, there's no way I was a Christian. There's no way I actually truly believed in what, you know. And like I stopped going to church for ages as well too, and then just through like a bunch of like just crazy God incidences. That's what I like to call them. Not coincidences, but God incidences.
It's a hard one.
It's a hard one to say. But like just so many things started happening, and like, and I think another thing was like forgiveness as well too. Like forgiving those people.
Yeah.
And what betrayal had happened. It's what really was like, okay, I need God, and I need Him in this new chapter in my life, and which was moving to Melbourne, doing content. Because the reason I moved was for content. Because I was coming to Melbourne so often. I was coming for all these videos. Like I came for like 3-4 times for videos purely in like a year. And like I was already at the stage where I stopped going out, I stopped drinking, I was abstaining, I was doing all these things, but for like it wasn't
like what for what?
Just for you.
It was for me. It was just like, you know, I don't like drinking because I don't want to drink because I don't like drinking. I don't want to smoke because I don't like smoking. I was even reading self-help books, like trying to find an answer, and like there was no fulfillment. There was no answer. And then like God really, like I could get into it a lot, but
up to me, man.
It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, for you for sure.
But like I saw like some visions, and I saw some like I'll speak about one which was like very intense. It was like I remember I was driving. I was like back in Perth. I was a support worker. I used to work with like a lot of kids, like a lot of Aboriginal kids, and I was going to work, and I was going through a lot at the time, and I was listening to What a Beautiful Name, and by banger song.
Beautiful.
And I remember just like driving, and I was like around the corner from work. I remember just looking up, and I see these 3 street signs. One said Jacob, one said Abraham, and one said Daniel. I remember just being like, yo, like my name is Jacob Abraham. That's my full name. And I remember just being like, this is crazy. Like, that's my name, and then it's also Daniel. And I remember just being like, whoa. I remember going home that night and just like understanding like what that really meant. And it was obviously like Jacob, the leader of Israel, Abraham, the father of faith, and then Daniel, the man who stays strong no matter what the king was saying. And like I see Daniel as like kind of like a modern day influencer, like someone that's staying strong.
That's good,
in when King Nebuchadnezzar was trying to get him to eat from the food, worship the
Worship
God,
him,
so everyone else could follow. Because he was a minister at the time. And like, I remember God kind of just like speaking to me in a way where like, this is what I'm calling you to be. A leader, someone who has tremendous faith, and also someone that can stay strong in the world. And I remember going to work that night, putting my client to sleep, and then just praying and worshiping inside that room like I've never in my life.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like when your parents, African parents especially, like when they just go crazy, they're screaming, they're doing all this, like jumping around, running around. Bro, I was doing that. I've never done that again.
Spirit was moving.
The client said, "Hey, do you need some support?"
The client just stood up normal, knocked the door. Hey, you all right? You're healed.
I'll look after you now.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
And then like a couple of weeks later, or like a week later, was when I moved to Melbourne. And then,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
You kind of like set, you had some kind of a
You're like,
springboard
this is-
to operate from, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is an interesting question to even ask because you mentioned about forgiving like the friends and whatnot, like the people that like you moved away from. How much did you have to like forgive? And it sounds so corny to ask, but like how much did you have to forgive yourself even in terms of what you've done, some of the decisions you made, things you might regret, whatever. But then now you're in a position of saying, I actually want to take all of this. This is what's made me. This is what's made my platform. And this is how I want to live now. Was there an element of you having to like come to terms with that and like accepting yourself for that as well?
I love that you said that because that was a turning point for me.
Yeah.
It was like, there were like a couple things, but like that was a big one. It was like, if God can forgive me for free,
Yeah.
who am I not to forgive other people for free?
Yeah.
And it's also like, I had to also look at myself and be like, what have I done to put myself into this position? What things have I said? What things have I, you know, like, what is my life outside of this friendship, whatever it is at the time? So like, I had to really look at myself and like, you know, forgive myself as well too and say, you know, like God has forgiven me. I can now accept that forgiveness and fully accept it. I feel like there's a difference between knowing, like
Just
saying
like
you're
head knowledge.
and like actually like knowing that you're forgiven for what you've done and like,
Or even living like you have as well. Because there are a lot of things, things that you know, but then to actually walk with that confidence and boldness is a different thing.
exactly.
As well.
And it's also like, and this is another thing that stuck with me. It's like, how can God use me if I'm holding on to certain offenses? I'm holding on to certain betrayals or things that have happened to me. It's like, how can I ever have friends again or trust people again when I'm holding on to, I can't trust this guy. He did me dirty. He did this to me. Like, it'll never work that way. And
Facts.
No, good.
no, and I think and at the time, because I was like a very new Christian at the time, and like, look, Michael Todd, he is what he is. Like, I feel like he's good at like motivational stuff, and he's good at like bringing things to.
I think he's
forefront.
really grateful when people are new to the faith.
Exactly,
Yeah.
he is.
Good
And I feel like
communicator at that point.
you
Yeah.
kind of grow it out. Anyways,
We all
he had a series. It was like Forgiveness University.
Yeah.
And like, I remember just
FU.
like,
FU.
Yeah.
I was binge watching that during the time.
Yeah.
Like during that couple of days, I was like in deep pain, and like that's what really brought me back into like, okay, I need to forgive these people, and like that's what really, you know, cemented that like change for me. It's like I could have went two ways with the betrayal that I dealt with, like going down the crazy route or the route of forgiving people and moving on.
Did you find like, all right, forgiveness, yes, cool, but then like when it comes to building friendships again with new people, was it kind of like a clean slate of like, nah, this is a new person that I'm dealing with, or was it a bit of like, I don't want to go through that again?
Yeah. I feel like you can tell what type of person you're going to get into friendship with. I feel like this one was more from like a,
Friends for years situation.
no, this was more like a, I wouldn't say like business, but
Okay,
like
Collaborative.
collaborative, but then also like you can tell by whoever the person is by their fruits or by like I don't know, just like by what type of person they are. You can tell what type of person you're going to friendship with. So I've been very good with like
Selecting.
because I feel like, especially like when you're in this industry, it's like you know the people that can help you,
Yeah.
but sometimes those people that can help you are the ones that
Yeah.
have the ability to do you the worst or haven't really got your best intentions in regards. So like I feel like I've been able to
Navigate it. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
In a relationship sense, you know, how has that changed for you as well? Like before Christ and then now.
how my
Yeah,
personal
like-
relationships change.
Like in a
Yeah,
romantic
like
relationship.
Romantic relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, it's good because like it also had to do with that as well too. Like
Yeah,
my
because-
romantic side of things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the woman that I look for now is completely different to what the
To what
girl I
it used
looked
to
for
be.
before.
Yeah, right.
100%. Like it's like a night and day switch.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's
Is it very interesting? Real quick, it's very interesting how you know one day it's like this is the kind of person I want to be with, right? And then
So
that's
suddenly, what
just-
I value.
and you're like, I can't even believe that's what I wanted. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, and the number one thing on my list nowadays is like a God fearing woman before anything else. A woman who's after God's heart. And like that change, like you said, it happened instantly. It was like I know what that can turn into if you go down the other path. And like I think it's also like you can't change people either.
Yeah.
I feel like people try to do
yeah,
God's
there's
work,
no
try
way.
to do Jesus' work. And like you're never ever gonna be able to change anyone.
No,
Interfaith relationships don't work.
bro.
Like they never will, never have. Or maybe they have, but not actually.
They don't. They don't in the way people want them to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people convince themselves that it works.
Yeah,
They can make it coexist. I think it can
Yeah.
work until you have kids.
yeah. 'Cause
Right.
then it comes.
And then suddenly your kid tells you, so is mom going to heaven? And you're looking at them like, I don't know. But she also doesn't know about me, so.
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
it's
I mean, the
true.
Bible also says, to be equally
Equal.
yoked
Icky,
as
okay.
well. So
Yeah,
so yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
and like it's with intention as well too. Like there's a reason why it says that because it knows. Like I actually found this fact the other day during our Bible study, but it's like a yoke itself, like a bull by itself, because a yoke is.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it's like a harness that holds two bulls. Like one bull on its own can lift up to 5,000 tons. Two bulls together can push up to 15 tons. So it's like both of them working together can push so much more weight, can do so much more together
Yeah.
than it being unequal or
Yeah.
just being one or whatever. So like it is so important, and yeah, like that's what godly wisdom has done for me. It's like kind of moved my life in a way where. Now I know. Now I have like some sort of a purpose and understanding, and like what my parents were teaching me when I was young as well too. It's
Yeah.
like, but I definitely had to go through what I went through to get to where I am now. I was so stubborn. I was not getting out of those friendships, relationships, all that stuff.
Unless that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Stuff that happened, and
Yeah.
God's good.
God is good. I mean, that's the end of it. God is good, man. But sometimes you're thinking like, wow, there was no just an easier way for you to taught me this lesson. Or Holy Spirit come and just prompt me this. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
For real, it's true.
I had to go through this and a heartache, and you know what I mean? Like,
I know,
it's very interesting to look at that.
but I
in that
guess
way.
like it's my fault in a way. Like it's like I put myself in that position where God had to teach me this. So like even how you were saying how like when you were growing up, like you didn't steal.
yeah,
Like I wish I was that good kid that like did that stuff. Like I hear people who've like haven't really strayed away too far, or they have, but in a different way, where like God was able to see them a lot
Back.
easier. But I had to go down the hard route.
on that, you mentioned the street signs and the name thing. I found that to be something super important as well. Like recently, I'm trying to cook up a little something, but the whole reason that got sparked was because I went and looked at Daniel in the Bible as well. I was just like, I was just interested to be like, okay, this is a namesake. Like, especially being in my culture, names are very important and whatnot, meaning all of that. So I was like, let me actually see what kind of an example this Daniel was laying out, and then it would be cool to line that up. You can take inference from everyone in the Bible, obviously, but my whole ass name, like, let me just see what this guy was about properly and try to apply that myself. I'm like, it's interesting, like how important or significant that is sometimes, or to just look at that and just be like, yo, this is what I could be as well. This is what I could be like walking in. This is what I could be representing at the end of the day. Because you just think about it like the way that names are important and they carry weight in the sense here in terms of like, if something comes out now that something Obama was doing, like just because of the affiliation with her dad's name, like his daughters can't do anything, you know what I mean? They can't do anything crazy. So even me, I just had this feeling come upon me. I'm like, obviously he's not the first Daniel to ever exist, but he's the Daniel that's in the Bible. And I was just like, what does this name mean and what weight does it carry and how do I actually represent that properly as well too, you know? So yeah, it's wild that you kind of had that kind of similar thing there for sure.
Do you know any other causes?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't actually.
Yeah.
Just yourself, bro.
No one to
spelt
look
that
up
way.
to.
And Carlos spelled the way yours is
Yeah,
spelled
Carlos
either.
spelled
So
that way.
Carlos, they'll say, oh, Carlos Santana.
I said, no, not him. Not him.
Ah, yeah, not him.
Carlos with a K, Mr. Kardashian over here, bro.
Wait, what?
God, man.
I'm always interested how people have those type of conversations though. Like when you're breaking things off. Actually, it's like very interesting. As a guy, did you like sit down with your friends
That's
and
true.
speak to them and have like a breakup conversation, or how did it come about?
Or just
Like, how were
He
you?
said, now we scrapped, bro.
My cousin copped it. That's it.
Because I'm trying to think for me, when I started my journey as well, faith journey, it wasn't a thing of like, I don't want to hang out with you guys because you're also not on that journey. It was just kind of like the things that we enjoy now don't really align. Like, I'm not trying to go out at night anymore, you know. If we want to hang out, I'm more than happy to do brunch. I'm more than happy to go to someone's house and, you know, do all that stuff. I'm not drinking anymore. Like, I don't want to partake in it. I'm not shaming you because, I mean, I was doing that just last week. But it's like, it was just more of like, it doesn't align. But if we can shift how we now, you know, do this friendship, I'm more than happy to continue it. But obviously, it was just a thing of like, it's not working. So with us, we literally sat down. We sat in a circle. We all poured our
That's
hearts
sweet.
out. We
I
spoke
remember this,
about it.
I love
And
that
it's
for
like,
you
it was
all.
like a bit of an emotional type of thing where it's like tears were shed, of course. But it was a conversation that we had.
I'm not outside.
But it was like a conversation that we had. And then gradually we were like, okay, let's see if we can make it work. But then it didn't work. And it was just something that just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
So we had the conversation initially, tried to make it work, and then it just fizzled out.
Yeah.
So like for you, how did that conversation come about?
Yeah, so
if it did.
luckily for me, I moved States
Ah,
straight away.
yeah.
And I think it was probably best for me as well too, because you don't want to stay where you're kind of like, you know, like, yes, I left Perth in like a bad state.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, so it's like, this man's going to
When
go
you go
back
back.
or what?
I went back and I made
Okay,
I
sick.
made it all good. But yeah, like I think, look, I think even before that, I already stopped going out, doing all those things. So like, it wasn't too much of like going away from that stuff. But I think one thing that I loved about moving to Melbourne and finding my church and finding people, it's like, I found community and I found people that could like, you know, disciple me and bring me in. And I feel like one thing, I don't know if it's just Perth and Melbourne and like all these other places, but like especially like the Ethiopian church, like there's so much division and so much like between the adults as well.
Yeah,
Like, it's not even like the kids. And like in Perth, that's what happened. Like we lost our community. We lost like our youth groups because of like the parents' issues, like small issues, minor issues that like shouldn't even be an issue within the church. And like I know that's kind of happened in Melbourne a bit, but like the youth have been able here, especially has been able
Try
to
to bring that back.
come together and like they have their own thing, their own church, which
Beautiful.
like which is something that I was missing in Perth. So coming here, I found the perfect group of people. Shout out Revived Church.
Come on.
And like, yeah, like luckily I was discipled.
Yeah.
Basically, like instantly. Yeah. So like, I didn't really have any friendships that would influence me in a way where like I would get back into stuff. Like I already set my boundary.
Yeah.
Like
Very like clearly. Yeah.
very clearly. Like I don't go out, I don't drink, I don't do that stuff. But we can hang out, we can talk, we can still do what we got to do. Together. So,
Noor sent an interesting TikTok that lines up with this actually during the week in terms of like, we always talk about it takes a village to raise a child. And then it was the conversation around the fact that like, yo, we need to actually look at sometimes the village is tapped.
Bro, the video is hilarious.
You know what I mean? I'm going to speak to it a bit.
Sometimes it be
But
like
sometimes the village might be cooked,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
So it's that thing of being able to be that self-aware to recognize like community, we have to have some purpose behind it. We have to have some boundaries within. We have to have some direction and some good leading as well. Because for real, we always talk about village to raise a child, but
But
then
I better pick a good village.
exactly, and it's like the same. I think in the video, the guy that was referring to I think it was a sermon. There was a sermon in the video,
I don't
and
know
then
if
the
it was
guy
a sermon
was
or a politician.
maybe
but basically-
Okay, yeah, go cool.
Yeah, or like we'll bleep the word, but hopefully no one gets offended here. But basically, I think it's a politician. He goes, "We say it's a village. It takes a village to raise a child. But what if the village?"
Yeah,
And like he's being full angry, serious, you
Yeah.
know. And I'm like, it sounds funny, but then I was like, actually deep. And then the way the guy breaks it down, you're like, this makes a lot of sense. Like, as in, like sometimes, the village is crap.
Yeah.
The village really is crap, and the adults don't have it together in their own lives. They don't have it together amongst themselves. They don't have anything, and so it's like, and then basically this dad is reacting to it. He's like, yo, I have a really good kid, and everyone teachers will always tell me your kid's so good.
He got the awards.
He gets an award from his like teachers. It's the peacekeeper, right? But then he was like, and then I was like looking at my kid, and it's like he struggles to fit in because all the other kids are just bad and loud and have no manners and no nothing. And so he's like, my son is the peacekeeper, but he's actually just probably more like miskeen or more like like timid than anything. And he's like, I kind of felt bad for my kid in that sense.
He felt bad for the way he raised him well.
Yeah. He's like, I feel bad that I raised him well because you guys raised your kids bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what he's surrounded by. And I was like, damn, like it is crazy. Like that, it kind of helps give some context as to like, for me, why my parents were like, nah, I don't want to move to where all the people are in Melbourne. You know what I mean? Because it's like shambolic.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go somewhere else. And it's like, I can see both sides, the pros and cons of both sides, but it's just like, I don't know. Like that, choosing that village is a big one. Yeah.
Do we even get to, maybe now, but
I think
how
we do.
often do we get to choose the village?
I think
Even as youngins, you're saying?
when you're young, you are where you are.
You don't. But more for like
Growing
our,
up.
I mean, maybe your parents is a little bit different.
Because I feel like my parents did the same.
Yeah, because I think like there's a certain point when you have to like go, okay. I mean, different opinions on this, but I would say as like a man, especially in this area, it's like if you're gonna be like the man of your house and all this kind of stuff, it's like you got to kind of choose like, yo, all right, what is the story of our family? What do we want to achieve in this life? What do we want? And like obviously you sit down with your partner, you figure that out, all this kind of stuff, but it's like, what am I gonna allow my kids to be around and not be around, right? And because the kids are influenced so easily.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if I'm going to put them in an environment where they are so easily influenced by negativity, right? And like, and like kids are going to be kids regardless, right? Like,
They
we're
might
going to
punch a window, you know.
They might, like genuinely they might, yeah. But it's like, there's a difference between punching a window and selling crack at 14. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I have the ability to take them away from the village that will end up resulting in them potentially selling crack at 14, if I have the ability to, then it's like, why wouldn't I? It would be reckless of me not to.
That's why it's wild when you look at the communities like of what's going on like in America and things like that. Those kind of spaces where I wonder how many parents are aware of the fact that the village is tapped, but then the ability to move.
The ability,
your
that's a big
family
one.
is another part of it.
Because you got the
privilege
people in
as
grace as well. Yes, it's a
privilege
massive
to be able to
privilege.
move yourself or remove yourself
Yeah.
from. Sometimes you got to move states. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of hard to be able to step away from that village sometimes if
Definitely.
you don't have the means to do
Definitely.
so too. Like that's
limited in terms of income, right? Let's just say one parent house.
income opportunities as well.
Now, in this particular area is where you can actually get a house based on your income.
Yeah.
You got to move over there, there's no way that you're going to get that, right? So then now you're just limited to growing up in this area, but also everyone else in the same position,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's how it is.
You know what's funny though? Because I think like, this is where it becomes too like.
Again, which why it makes sense when all these people sort of make it, the first thing they do is
And they
move
cut.
out.
Okay, so on this, because it's like I've been having this conversation with my parents about like where like I reckon I would want to raise a family in Melbourne, right? Like which areas and stuff. And like, you know, like a lot of people will go like, oh, I want to go to the Turax if I have a lot of money or the whatever. I'm like, for me, morally, I don't think I'd like to raise my family around that, like those values, because I don't agree with a lot of those values. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to certain societal topics and all this kind of stuff and whatnot, I'm like, I would feel more comfortable raising them around like our side of town, kind of and down, because it's like, I know at least values wise, it's going to be more similar. You know, even if the village that they're around aren't all Christian, right? I'm like, at least like your Muslim classmates have this concept of a fear of God too, right? Your Jewish classmates have that concept too. Now, obviously, then that as a parent, I've got to navigate this and what do you understand and what do you know and all that. But it's like I'm more comfortable with that than it's like what you might get in these quote unquote better areas.
Do you think?
Okay, yeah.
Do you think people even like, because personally, I feel like kids aren't even really going out like that, going out into their communities like that. I feel like, I feel like so many kids are so inside. Like, kids aren't really out going to the park, meeting up with people, or seeing people as much. Like, for example, I grew up in like an area where like basically like a lot of Ethiopians and immigrants would come in when they first came to Australia, and then everyone kind of move out.
Yeah.
But then like we would move to like this other area called Maribuka, which is like more like the hood, or like more like a lot more dodgy things going. But I feel
rougher
like,
area.
Yeah, like a rough area, yeah. But like I feel like there wasn't really like a shift in the village or whatever, because there was no real, like, unless you are actually like interacting with these people, or like going out with these people, I feel like it doesn't really make that much of a difference, especially like nowadays. Like no one literally goes out. Everyone is just like, my sister is like stuck on her iPad. Like, it's tapped. She has a TikTok personality.
Yeah.
Like the other day, she said I wasn't a dreadhead, nonchalant dreadhead.
Nonchalant.
Cut my dreads.
What?
Like,
Just say, hey, you cut your dreads. Oh, you're not a nonchalant dreadhead anymore. What are we saying?
But like, I hear your point as well.
Yeah.
Too. But like, I feel like no one's really like going out like outside of their.
I
hear that.
No,
I hear that. Yeah, I guess because maybe the village nowadays for us is less proximity based and more like who I choose to hang around with, right? But then it's like, off that same kind of thing. I guess like now it's like as we get older and stuff, it's like a thing of like, we're gonna have to choose who we cut off and who we don't interact with, and then we choose who we do interact with, and it's like, our village might be scattered northeast and west of Melbourne, but it's like,
and I think it's that as well too, because Perth is so much smaller that like everything's like a 30-minute max, 5-minute max drive. But here, if you live in the north, going all the way to southeast is missions. You're not gonna be able to see that friend or that person. So I guess it depends on what on the circumstance.
Yeah.
I think the village today would definitely have to be a lot more intentional compared to the village before. Yeah. If that sort of makes sense. Like the way that I grew up, we literally grew up in Sudan, where it's like all our families just sort of all together. Yeah. Right? My mom's sister, next door, everyone, so it wasn't, for my parents, I don't think it was like intentional.
No, I'm just looking at your socks, bro. Sorry.
It's comfortable. What do you call it? Yeah, growing up in Africa, I don't think like my parents were intentional
about it. Yeah, you don't even have to think almost.
Like,
yeah,
it's just like, this is my sister.
Yeah,
together.
Yeah.
Husband here, cousin. Like we just all grew up together, which is why I grew up with like some Muslims.
Yeah,
right, literally next door, because my mom's sister is Muslim. Right, so just sort of kind of grew up all together. Right, so I don't think it was like as intentional. Maybe I should ask them. But I think nowadays, in terms of what village looks like, we actually have to be intentional. Yeah. Now, because to be honest, we get to choose where we want to go, where we want to live, all that sort of stuff as well. In terms of even what activities our kids will be involved in. Right? Okay, maybe not footy because that's too dangerous, but
send it.
Maybe not this. No, just give an example, because now you actually get to choose. Right? I have a niece right now, and we actually get to choose what environment, what sport, what community she's going to be a part of, right? So that's her village. Her village is that swimming with her friend that's Muslim, that's Indian, that's this, just different, right? To be honest, there is no one African person, because I take her swimming every Saturday, right? And all her friends are there.
That's why black kids can't swim, bro.
Y'all ain't doing it, man.
But it could also be...
Yeah.
Africans don't want their kids to be in that village. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so I think our village now is a lot more intentional, more than ever.
I also wonder how much we're holding on to them golden ages that we think about. Because you were mentioning how, like, with your sister, like, how the kids even outside like that. Like, we're probably also holding on to what we saw as out, like,
the epitome of being outside.
Of being outside, all of that kind of stuff in terms of, kids actually communing with each other, like playing in the front yard, the court, you know what I mean? You guys lock it down and that's the pitch. Like kids won't play soccer on concrete nowadays because, you know what I mean? Like, what's the experience of that? It needs to be AstroTurf or something. Like, they need I don't know how much of this authentic, bro, we have shoes that we can make as goals. Let's go kick the ball there. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different, I feel like there's a different era right now that they're existing in, that we are probably holding on to what we saw and what we experienced. That it's like, when we think about village, that's why you think about immediately of who they're around physically on a regular, because that was what kind of played into village for you, because you're around them. But I'm like, how much do we even think about their online community as well now? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's a heavy village that kids are tapping into that you might not even be able to, you know what I mean, speak into as well.
Funny enough, because that's when Carl was saying, like, with your faith and the content being created and all this kind of stuff, I'm like, yeah, like that thing of like, because like, you know, like I look at like a Kai Cenat or a like the Beta Squad and all those kind of guys. I'm like, a lot of their fan base are young kids. And I'm like, some of these jokes, I don't know if I'd want my like 9-year-old son hearing.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you think as a content creator?
Yeah.
Especially one that was, you know what I mean?
Like
you know what I mean? In that
genuinely
space
not
too.
to like make you feel bad.
Yeah.
But there's probably a kid there was probably a kid that went like fleshlight. let me Google fleshlight.
And now he's down there. Now he's backed up. Well, yeah. What do we think about?
It is crazy because you do have influence on people, and that's like the reality of things. Like, you can influence. That's why like marketers, they pay top dollar to
marketing agencies typically. The department's the one that has the most money in the company most times.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I think look, I've been more self-aware, and I think even like with the stuff I do with the Z team as well too, which is my YouTube group. Like, we try not to push something that we wouldn't want to push. So like swearing, we're not really swearing. Like, we did this video the other week or like the other month where it's not out yet, but for sponsoring, we kind of took the piss of like actual sponsors out there. Like, for example, like betting. We did stop betting instead of sports bet. So it's like the sport bet logo, but stop betting. And then like, you know, like slogans that like take the piss out of it and kind of like demote it. So it's like, we're not really trying to, like, even like, for example, like an alcohol ad, I'll never do one. Even though that's where all the money is. I personally wouldn't do that. A betting ad, I know Jidion was like on the brink of doing like a steak.
Had to stop he didn't go and do it.
And Nico called him, he's like, bro, like,
that's
you
not
want your viewers to do that? And it's like, no. So I feel like I've just been very aware about like, if I wouldn't do it,
don't want to promote that.
Don't promote it. So like, but at the same time, that's what gives you that's what like that edginess is what gives you like the extra edge on other people. And like, people love that, people like that, and I guess you just gotta pick and choose what do you want to stand for. It's like,
love that content where the average person wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
Like, I want to see what that's like. On the pitch. I'll never do that, but I want to see what that looks like.
But I feel like you can still do that without going
to that extent or that extreme.
But where does the responsibility lie? Because with someone like Kai, he doesn't intentionally make content for younger kids, does he? He just streams.
Yeah, he streams.
Nah, but at a certain point, like, you're aware.
Like, you're aware,
what
I think, is the thing.
Drawing in.
Yeah.
But then does the responsibility now lie on him, or is it the parents of these children, or is it
they
the children?
I wonder if
I was gonna say, so it seems like a both.
Because like, let's say I have an ice cream parlor, and I realize kids keep. I wanted it to be like a date night spot on Friday nights, but all the kids keep coming after school, and that's the majority of my sales. And they mostly go for the bubblegum flavors and that. It would be on me to start serving accordingly, right? And like cater to them. To an extent, right? Like, I mean, unless I don't want them there, in which I will keep doing what I'm doing. But if I still see that they're, you know what I mean? But
I don't know. I don't know if I agree fully. Like, I get if, like, let's just say for us, right? We're doing this, our top 3, people are loving it, but it seems to be like the audience is the kids. Kids are loving it. They're loving, oh, wow, top 3, fun game to like, you know, go along. And then now we're getting all these younger viewers coming. Does that
Noah's toy reviews.
Does that mean now we tailor our podcast to kids because we have a majority when originally we didn't start to, you know, have kids
I hear
as
it.
viewers?
I definitely hear it.
But I think even with him, like, yes, he has kids, but he also has
older
people, adults, and like they're gonna stop watching if he starts doing that. Like, what he's doing now is working,
it's tough,
kind of watching. But I guess
because the people our age will come in when he's got like the Kevin Hart, the Nicki Minaj, the 21
Yeah,
Savage,
the older guys.
the older guys, because
Yeah.
people that follow Kevin Hart and those guys will tune in because they're like, yo,
Yeah.
okay, Kevin Hart is on because they had over 700,000 people watching that within 24 hours or whatever. It's very hard for me to imagine a lot of
Older people.
were kids,
Yeah, yeah.
but also I know a lot of them are Kevin Hart fans
At that point,
as well, right? So that would sort of range, I don't know, mid-20s or whatever it is.
Yeah, because I know there was, I don't know if it was Nicki Minaj or like Cardi or someone where they were like, stop telling me I'm influencing your kids. You know, you control what your kids watch, or you be responsible for your kids. I'm just making my music. I'm doing what I do. You know, if they want to come and listen to my stuff, that's on them and that's on you, because you're not monitoring, you know, what your children, especially if they're like under 16.
I do hear it.
You
But
know,
at the end of the day,
it's like,
it does stop at parenting.
Yeah, most
Regardless,
definitely.
yeah.
Most
But is
definitely.
this selfish if the creator doesn't care about
This is where it comes down to. I think I spoke about this time ago, and I used the example of it might have been gambling or club. I think I spoke about it when we had Danny Grant on actually about.
yes,
creating-
I think we spoke a little bit about that. Yeah,
I heard this ages ago, but I think it came down to the fact of like, for other people, I might butcher how they said it. It was something around the fact that like we are accountable for other people, but we're not responsible for them, right?
okay, yeah.
Parents have a responsibility directly for their children. They have a direct responsibility of for their children, right? The creator is accountable in terms of the influence that some of their content might have on those children, but at the end of the day, they're not the ones that are responsible for those children, right?
Yeah.
So there has to be a two kind of fold approach to this, where as someone who has influence, you have to be aware of it. And if you have morals as well, therefore then be conscious, of what certain, like it's interesting how you mentioned, like, you wouldn't do an alcohol ad, and you guys are talking about the stop betting, you know what I mean? Like taking that approach to things where it's like, I'm aware of the influence that we have, so therefore I don't want to be accountable down the line when someone can come and say, oh, because of you, I actually ended up doing this. Exactly. But you're, at the end of the day, you're still not responsible for them. So like you won't be charged legally, you know what I mean? Like that's the difference. Whereas a parent buys something, you could say like negligence there, or like you had a responsibility to X, Y, Z of this person. So that's why I think like it's both things have to come into play with that there. But it would be selfish as someone who has the influence to just be like, whatever, that's not my, because you're aware of it. You know you do have a role to play, but you're at the end of the day, you're not responsible. That's why you can say that and get away with it. But it's the immoral thing to do at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one because you were saying you wouldn't do something that you wouldn't do yourself, right? So let's just say if a creator has a mindset, which I agree with, and they go, let's say if I go, I would do this, so I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
then
now,
of course
so
he
what?
would
So-
feel.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's where their morals lie with it. If they are comfortable
that's
with
what
doing
I'm saying.
that, then that means that they're also comfortable with other people doing it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
but I
why.
don't care
That's
about
why.
other- but it's like, I don't care about other people because I'm thinking
by
about myself.
But that equation, though, because you're comfortable doing something, you're also not even mad with if someone else were to do it
does
too.
it.
So the influence, you don't go through that struggle, that moral battle within yourself, because like clearly you're okay with that one thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone who
I think that-
smokes
no,
a pack a day has no problem doing a smoking ad. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think
Like
it's like different, bro.
how?
Okay, so I literally watched this video yesterday. It was Speed. He was jumping over a car. Like Lambo would come and then he jumped over it and then another one came. He has the ability to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So just because he has the ability to do that doesn't mean, I'm not going to do it because
Wait, that
I'm
video
not
was
comfortable.
real?
I don't know. Apparently it's real. Apparently they actually shot it live or whatever. So I actually don't know if it's real. But I know he actually did one before.
Time ago,
that was real.
Interesting.
But this one he did it twice. So he jumped and then another car
Another one
came.
and jumped
They
again.
jumped, right? But this guy, he can jump, right? So he's like, I'm comfortable doing this because I know I can do this. The same way as I was watching videos a while ago, like the guys that do like the whole parkour, whatever, like jumping from one,
bro.
do all that stuff, right? Yeah, because they have the ability to do that. Doesn't mean I'm comfortable for other people to do that.
No, but think about it. Someone that's doing parkour, if someone were to come up to them, hey, I was actually really inspired by what you've done. I want to learn how to do this. They would be the type of person that would therefore go ahead.
Yeah,
and
like
start
they'd encourage
teaching.
it.
They'd encourage it, 100%.
If you could do it, yeah.
Yeah, but
if you can do it, which is different. That's what I'm saying.
No, but that has nothing to do with.
All right, it's not moral like that. Like that's a stunt. I'll give you an example. Jidion's whole thing back then was like professional raw dogger, right?
Yeah.
Now, like, sure, funny, whatever, blah, blah, but like a
Just
kid
a
like
raw
looks
dog.
into what raw dogging is and goes, oh, my hero loves the raw dog. Maybe I'll raw dog. And now there's a bunch of teenage pregnancies.
Yeah.
There was actually one that he went to go visit.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That's so
See?
bad.
So it's like,
That's
literally,
wild.
he's not responsible for it,
Yeah.
but it's his...
He's accountable for what has happened.
Yeah, like his influence, literally,
Yeah,
is what has
I
gone
hear
this
it.
here. You know what I mean? Like it's a very
That's so mad.
clear pipeline,
Yeah,
literally.
pipeline.
You know what I mean? In terms of actions.
Like I hear it. I was just again, it's just that balance of just is someone selfish for saying I can do this. If you want to do it, it's totally up to you. But I don't care if you do it or not.
Yeah.
But I will do it.
Yeah, you have to be aware at the end of the
Yeah,
day, man.
yeah.
I mean, it's the
I'm
whole
pretty sure.
thing.
I'm pretty sure everyone's aware.
It's like the sorry, I was gonna say it's like the Bible verse where it's like if eating meat causes my brother to stumble, then I'm gonna stop eating meat.
I'm doing that in front of him. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. It's just as simple as that. Yeah. You about to
Look,
say
I also think it comes down to like, as a content creator, and I'm not sure what other content creators' mindsets are, but like, one thing you do aim to do is like, aim for the youth. Aim
Yeah.
to try to get the youth, because the youth are the ones that are gonna
Sustain you.
sustain
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
support
In the future,
you.
yeah.
They'll buy your stuff.
Yeah.
They'll grow up. Like for example, I grew up watching the Sidemen.
yeah,
I love the Sidemen, not as much anymore because they've kind of
Yeah.
fallen off a bit. But like I always had that attachment to them
Yeah, of course,
because
yeah.
I've grown them. I've
Yeah,
grown
yeah.
up with them.
yeah,
Yeah.
So like when I make content, I try to get the schools. If I can get the schools, I feel like if you have the schools, you're set.
Yeah.
You like have everything. So I guess taking that into mind when you're doing things,
Yeah.
it's like okay, you're leading a potential generation.
for sure, man.
It's
That's
like-
wild to think about.
You gotta see and look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How old are you at the moment?
22.
Damn, that's younger
Yeah,
than I
just
thought.
turned 22.
Yeah,
Not
you're
long ago.
old, man.
What inspired you to cut off the locks?
Yeah.
You know what? I had a friend who just moved to Melbourne, and she spoke to my mom before I came. And my mom said, my mom said to her like, "Jacob's doing so well. You know, he's come to Christ. He's gone to church. Just one more thing, his hair." And I was like, "Damn, like that's deep." I disregarded it. And then I go to the gym one time. I'm just working out. I'm like, "Damn, I should cut my locks off." Like just randomly, I was just like, I feel like cutting my hair. Go home that night. Boom, snip it. Cut it off, and
They were long. I mean, you still got one
Still got
remnant.
one.
I had the one. I
Still
left
got
it there. No, I'm still keeping on these three. Oh, there's three. It's
Oh, there's three?
attached-
Okay, yeah.
attached to a braid. I know. I started to keep some memory of it.
Did you FaceTime her?
I FaceTime
I saw the video. You made a video out of it. Yeah, yeah.
FaceTime only from front on, yeah.
No, the video is hilarious. Man. Did she get it?
What's
She's getting
behind you,
mad.
huh?
She's getting very spiritual with it too.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
You are the head and not the tail. All of that.
African parents.
That's golden, man. Just get rid of it. No, rat tail. You are the head and
that's
not the
hilarious.
tail.
They'll find any reason to bring God or scripture
Yeah.
up.
I love that.
always.
Like she was screaming. She's like, "La, la, 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 la."
Yeah.
And I show her. She's like, "You are the head, not tail. The Bible is saying."
He's a rat tail.
That's so
Kills me.
cute.
And it's off the dome too. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no, they
it
got it
is.
in the tuck. They got it in the
She's been
tuck.
saving that one.
locked and loaded. I say so.
Jeez, man. To just cut him is
Love
wilder,
that.
man. Literally. Because how long have you been?
Oh, like 5 years, 6
Yeah,
years.
wow.
Like,
Wow.
but it almost came like my identity in a way where it's like I was known for my dreads and like it was like so much emphasis on that, like which is why I kept it for so long. Then I was like, you know what, like I'm just gonna cut it.
Bro, it's funny how much it aligns because we have another friend as well who we have two. Specifically, this one I'm thinking about. He cut his dreads as well, right? Or his locks, and like every time like he's thinking about getting them back, or like, oh, you want the old you back, yeah? 'Cause it's so funny how much of even a change came about, even from that. Like, he's a different guy completely.
Nah,
to
different
the
guy.
Everything that we talk about in terms of the antics was dreadhead him. And now everything after that is a completely different. Not that like
Can we
I
not
was gonna
put this
say not
narrative
that.
out
Yeah,
there?
no, I was gonna say not that the power's in the dress, but it's funny the identity shift that comes
Yeah.
and is attached to even hair as well. Like getting rid of something.
That's why I got rid of all mine.
Yeah.
BBC, huh?
That's the one.
That's what. Hey, I was gonna ask about Z Team, but we might do that to close it. But I was gonna go into the lyrics one. We're talking about the influences and how much artists can actually play a role. I thought it would be funny to look at some particular, and if you can think off the dome, think off the dome.
Lyrics.
Look at particular lyrics from artists that is like, that's low-key concerning, actually. So we've thought of some, put some down. If you can think of any off the fly, then send it as well. Who wants to kick
But
it
these are the
off?
lyrics that are fire. Like
Yeah.
they're fun to sing.
Fun to sing, but
But
then
when you breathe, when you just read it, you're like, Like, for example, Back in Blood by Pusha Ice T.
Oh yeah.
I got my own fire, don't need no security in the club. All the woofing on the net, I thought you was a thug. I ain't got nowhere to go. I shot up everywhere they was. Yeah, you ain't know who took that shit from you. Come get it back in blood.
well,
Cause when you're seeing it, you're like, yeah, it is what it is.
It's- yeah.
But then it's like, come get it back in blood means come
Come kill me.
get at me.
That's crazy.
It wasn't me getting mine off
Wow.
you.
Yeah.
It's you getting yours off
Come
me.
get it back in blood.
And I was like, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Is-
Nothing to lose.
Yeah, literally.
yeah.
Nothing to lose.
The one that prompted this for me was Brent Faiyaz Clouded. Let me actually get the lyrics up again real quick. Yeah, the Clouded lyrics. I don't know why, but this particular line just like made me cackle, bruv. So let's start off maybe here. He was like, if I go tonight, I doubt the world will change. I just pray they don't forget my name. These are game rules I can't lose. When it's all said and done, will I still be cool? Spent like how much? 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. And then he goes into the... let me not read this next part because that kills me. But he goes, I was piping superstars when I was 19. Where is it here, man? The stuff we did, you won't believe me. It was that particular line that got me because I was like, how much does that change a man and a guy at 19 to have this access to women? What does it do in your mind? And now you think about who's the toxic king? Brent. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, these experiences that you had, and then even the whole like, if I died tonight, would they still remember? I was like, yo, I wonder how much of your identity was in what you do, in how much you spend, how much we spend, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. I was like, we should look into this one a little bit, man. But that 19, the superstars, I was like, yeah, you had access to creme de la creme women. What does that do for a 19-year-old guy and how he views women moving forward from there? And here, I mean, we see it in the music.
That's why I had to switch up the type of music I listen to.
And the Clouded bangs, bro. How much I'ma spend profile?
Nah, bro, you know when you're singing, you're like boom, boom, and then you go home, you look into it, you're like, yo, what? Yeah, what would they say?
I mean, he literally said it himself. Your judgment get clouded when you get clouded. Interesting, bro.
It's true.
Mac Miller. I'm not a massive Mac Miller fan, but I always
Yeah.
thought he was a real cool guy. He had a song called Good News, and on it he goes, "Why?" It's very simple. It's a fun line to sing, but it was like, "Why can't it just be easy? Why does everybody want me to stay?"
Ooh,
And you're like,
that's sad,
"Wow, that's
man.
really sad." When you really think about it, like, that's a really sad.
Especially after how
Yeah, especially the way he passed and everything. It's like,
Yeah.
damn.
You want?
I do. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows this one. What's his name? YNW Melly.
Oh, yeah.
When I first heard these lyrics, I said this song cannot be legit.
Yeah.
And then I looked into because I've only heard the chorus.
Oh,
a
so you
few
never
ti-
actually even-
I've never heard the full song, and I was shook.
Murder on my mind.
Guys, I was
Shoot.
actually so shook.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, and then there was one part where he says, where is it? So he goes, can I say the words? I'm sure I,
mean,
can
just
just say the words.
censor it how you want.
He says, I might just kill the boy, don't want to kill the boy. Bake him up, say he want beef. We gon' grill the boy. Grill the boy, we gon' grill the boy. I'm bleeding so good, I might dip his ass in it and spill the boy. I said, what the heck are these lyrics? And then it just continues to go on. I said,
That's Murder on My Mind, is it?
I used to sing a song on the top of my lungs back in the day.
Chest with it.
Do you remember one New Year's Eve we were talking about
I
this?
was like,
Oh, we say.
We were walking around
remember
Melbourne
that,
City
yes.
and we were just talking about like how insane that song
Yes,
was.
yes.
crazy song. Anyone who's singing that?
But then you know what's crazy is that like that's
He actually
real.
did
yeah,
it,
it
yeah.
is real. Yeah. When I saw that
Madness,
come out, I
man.
said, "That's."
Do you have one?
that's
Is it?
I have one.
Yeah.
But like mine's kind of like in a good way.
Okay.
It's kinda
That's
like,
nice.
In a good way, but like it's like an anti-cheating song. You guys know the song?
What song?
Nah, honey, I'm good.
Nah.
No. Should not.
I think I've heard it.
Wait,
I feel like I have.
to be honest, maybe a butchering, so just
Can you just press play, please?
I see you on Spotify. So.
I feel like
this sounds similar a little bit.
Radio. No know when you're doing this song.
He's giving Perth, bro.
I think it's a Perth thing.
This is a radio banger.
That's a cult classic, yeah.
Everyone in Perth right now say,
Nah, honey, I'm good. Bro, they were stomping their feet. This is a Baptist church praise, bro.
This is a classic.
Word up.
Radio classic. But basically, what
Yeah.
the lyrics say, it's like, nah, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I've got a bidger do because he has a girl at home, right? That's what he's saying. But then
Okay.
here he says,
Sorry. Move the mic.
sorry. I'll go again. So basically, what he's saying, I've got somebody at home. Yeah. So he's basically saying, I could have another drink, but I shouldn't. I've got somebody at home. If I stay, I might not leave alone. But what he's like, it's kind
What
of
he's saying, though.
It's like, if I stay, I'll go home with you.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not going to. And it's like, why are you even...
Why are you even in there?
like it's kind of like if I was a woman on the other side of that, I'd be like,
So what are you saying? Like,
so you would cheat?
Yeah,
if you had another
yeah.
drink, which is
and then she says, "Here, I'll have another Henny shot, please." Like, and
Exactly.
now what? Now where do we go?
exactly. I can't believe you guys don't know that song.
I feel like that chorus sounds a little bit familiar. Yeah,
Hang on.
when did this song come out?
1957, bro.
Find
That's
out.
so funny.
1957.
I've got you.
Yeah,
got
go.
another
No, you go. I got
I was just
another
gonna say Caesar as well. The Weekend.
Caesar.
Yeah, when she's talking about
Oh yeah.
which part of the lyrics even? All of it, but there's one part where she goes, where does she go? Like, is you coming home? Is you out with her? I don't care as long as you're here by 10:30. No later than drop them drawers. Give me what I want. My man is my man. Is your man hurt? It's her man too. I said that is just crazy. We're happy to be side chicks. Eh?
Most proud of such.
Yeah, man, with
We're
Chad.
happy to be side
As long as you're
chicks.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
10:30, no later than. Yeah.
That's it.
Drake.
But it back. My man
It
is
does
your
bang.
man is her man
It
too.
does bang.
Yeah, serious.
It's hard to say it, bro. It's actually hard
And
to say.
this is when you know the song is a banger. I don't change it to woman when I sing the lyrics.
Yeah.
My man is your man. I say, yeah.
That's good.
I'm with your sister. Drake, Do Not Disturb. I think also one of his fire verses, one of the greatest Drake songs that I believe is that he's created is not even out. Vital. I don't know if you guys have ever heard Vital. I always talk about this song, man. No one ever listened to it, man. But this is on that same kind of vibe a little bit. The verse is, all the girls I know are there with E and Doe. I'll get into it a little bit after. Who knows where I end up when that gets old? Maybe it never gets old and that's just how it goes. Last table left in Carbone calling. Let me skip that part. Okay, that was... Yeah, we're here, right here. I need 40,000 people just to see what I'm on. So... When he talks about E and Doe, I think they were like they're radio DJs, but also strip club DJs. And Drake's like, all the girls I know are there with E and Doe. Who knows where I end up at when that gets old? I was like, he's even now in that whole verse. He gets into this whole thing around like, when I'm older,
Old and
is this ever gonna get old? Is this gonna stop for me? Am I? And then when it does get old, what do I do now? Like, what do I do about myself? Like, I can't keep on having these relationships with these girls, and all I know is girls that are strippers. All I know is girls at these clubs. Like, you know, what comes after? And then it goes about might move our annual to the Dome. I need 40,000 people to see what I'm on. I'm like, is this a validation thing? It's like, I mean, obviously we're doing this is my literature head, bruh. 47 study school, trying to get into the like analysis bag there, but I'm like, this saying some stuff still, bro. I was like, 40 rap, you need 40,000 people just to see what you're on to
Feel like
feel
that.
that.
Yeah.
That I'm him. I said,
That's crazy.
damn, what's going on?
The
That was
new-
my gym song, by the way.
Do Not Disturb?
Late
Locked
night
in.
gym sessions. Oh my
Locked in
gosh.
song, bro. It's a beautiful
The
song.
new Ice Spice and Central C. If he's cheating, I'm doing him worse. It's catchy to say,
That song
but I'm
played
like,
when I
this
was
is not normal.
yeah.
It's really not.
When I was trying to get some more songs, that's one of the songs that came up in the daily mix. I was like, first of all, Spotify, you're wilding. Why'd you put this in my thing? But then I was like, this song is just so outwardly bad that I don't even explain it. Bro,
Do we feel like we actually deep the lyrics?
I be trying to nowadays. Yeah, I'm very much more aware nowadays of these
No, not
lyrics.
even like, oh, let me really think about it. But you know when he just says so fast, right? You're like, wait, hold on. If he's cheating, I'm doing worse.
Yeah.
But when you
doing
see,
them
you
worse.
actually just
I hit the reverse.
One thing I'll never understand Sexyy Red at all. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get
We're
into
here,
this.
yeah.
ever.
So, I like Sexyy Red.
Yeah, crazy.
I on a real thing. I was having this thought this week, right? So because Ice Spice dropped her album, okay,
Right.
yep, and
Triple cardboard.
quadruple platinum, trash, absolute trash,
Ice Spice.
right? Wow. Like 10 songs, 20 something minutes. It's ringtone music, all this kind of stuff, whatever. Cool. All right. Every single song is sexual in nature, right? Sexual or cheating, one of the two, right? Like that's the only content that exists in it. It's on pace to sell 20,000 units this week, all right? Which is embarrassing for an artist that is
As big as
at that level, right? And like, it's one thing if you're an artist that's had success in the past and now you know you're a bit in the freezer and your album's maybe gonna move 20K. It's different. This is your debut. So what was that?
This is like her peak.
Yeah, like this is really meant to be her peak, right? And I'm like, this is crap. But then it's like the first song is called Fat Butt. The next one, I'm pretty sure, is the one with Cinch. The next, it's like all literally just that one thing. And I was like, even the more, I know like the females in hip hop in general at the moment are the more sexualized artists, but it's like even amongst them, you have to have substance, right? Cardi has songs where she has substance. JT's album was actually pretty good, came out 2 weeks ago. And like there was 1 or 2 songs on it that like had substance, right? Whether it's positive or negative substance, it's like you're rapping about something beyond just shaking ass and a BBL, right? And this one, I'm like, it's just rubbish. And I'm like, how can you, like at what point do we just, because I feel like this happens online now where people just go, yeah, I think she's done.
Yeah,
Right?
you can be
Like it's like
ruled out
you
very
can be
quickly.
hot for a single, maybe 2 singles,
But that's a bad.
but we realize this is all you have to offer us.
Yeah.
Nah, get out of here.
But it's hard, like, I'm just thinking of her position right now. She blew up because of this kind of music.
Well,
So
yeah.
she just can't do like a left turn out of nowhere and start adding substance.
But you would think it would be a thing of like, well, let me just prove to everyone on my project that I'm not a one-trick pony, right?
Yeah, right.
Megan the Stallion did that.
clearly is, right?
She clearly is, right?
Yeah,
like-
I don't know if you've seen this one video, and this is not to hate on her, but I'm just like, damn, your life can't just be this. But it's her in, I'm pretty sure it was Times Square or something. There's like a couple boys on the side of the street, and they realize it's her in like an Escalade or something. She just pops out of the sunroof, just bends over and starts like shaking her butt.
It's crazy.
There's only like 6 or 7 guys there, and they're like 16 to 18 probably, right? And I'm just like, this is embarrassing. Like, at what point?
And she started off as a meme as well too. I said that orange hair, and like that was like, and they just turned that into like
the product.
this
also.
whole
Yeah.
superstar.
Yeah.
That was never meant to be a
Yeah.
superstar.
Because I think like the sales for me always like
It dictates what the streets really
feel, because it's
Yeah.
like
The internet's one thing,
she
but
has
for
just
the
under 12 million followers on Instagram.
It's crazy.
I'm like 10% of that is 120,000. 10% of that just over have purchased from you.
so 1.5%.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's almost
That's crazy.
Because her fan base, they're not the type to go, let me go on Spotify, let me go over here, click on your music and
Yeah.
listen to your album.
Yeah.
well. I mean, then that shows exactly
Yeah.
how flimsy it all is. At the
She's
end
more
of
of
the
like
day.
a TikTok,
yeah.
sort of thing. But
You hear
we,
her
we,
sound.
we know TikTok,
Yeah.
we only know 15 seconds of the song.
Yeah.
Right? But no one actually goes and listens
Yeah.
to a whole album.
I was messing with a couple Spice songs before.
No,
Princess
bro,
Diana.
this is the thing. Like,
Banger.
her music is that's the freaking Bikini Bottom song, bro. Just sounds like she'll be on SpongeBob.
it literally was the bikini bottom.
Like, I don't know, because I think also with her, she doesn't put out much personality out there, which makes me go, does she just not have it? Because Cardi got famous
Yeah,
off of
yeah.
her personality,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
off a
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Off
I
the
like
show
that Riggs
before.
and-
The
she even
but
produced
even before that, just
the
her
music.
Instagram and everything,
Yeah.
she's just like a fun personality.
So which means for Cardi, if she stops doing music,
Cardi
she
hasn't
will-
dropped an album in like 5-6
She
years
will
now.
still be relevant.
Yeah.
She's still
Yeah.
relevant.
She still is.
Because personality,
Yeah.
as you mentioned.
Maybe Ice Spice got pressured into putting out an album. Maybe she
I
didn't
hear
need
it.
to.
labels
Or
do
like,
move
like,
like
like,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally,
Didn't
you
need
owe it to the
to,
label
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Labels
Which
do
is
move like that, yeah.
just another thing. Maybe she actually didn't want to, but they're like, hey, look, your name's hot in the streets. Let's get you doing some music and let's put it out there. And now she's tarnished her name. Free the gal,
peak,
free the
man.
gal.
What do you not like about Sexyy Red? Because I think Sexyy Red has a talent in making really catchy songs.
Okay.
But do you think?
I don't think it's,
So disgusting
I don't think
thinking
they're
about it.
positive songs.
Do you
Yeah.
prefer her over Glorilla?
Glorilla. Now,
Ooh.
Big Glow.
Who's
All right, say
better?
Glorilla again is
Yeah.
pretty good lyricist.
Yeah.
For her.
I also have a
Here we go. He's got affinity.
I have an affinity to anyone from Memphis. I love the
Okay,
accent,
got you.
and she looks like the sexy fish off Shark Tale. So I like that.
No, is
Good
that something?
fish,
No,
right?
something? Yeah.
What's that gorilla?
That's crazy.
Glorilla.
She
Big
glow.
Glow.
It's 7 p.m. Friday.
Yeah, it's 95
degrees.
Yeah, I ain't got
Ain't
got me.
Nah,
Yeah, she said,
I love it, bro.
Let's go.
This is Glow Gang.
I can kind of get around that.
Yeah, the ski ain't there yet. Yeah.
Nah, wait, but surely when you had your hair, shake your dress. Shake, yeah, I know you're having fun with it.
Maybe once or twice.
But you're right. The music is
Yeah.
is very catchy.
Major influences, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, this. I mean,
major.
it's very telling from what Spice's album kind of sells ultimately.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it means that people want substance. I think we look at it like that and we think like that, but I think the rest of the world is just like next hit, next hit,
Yeah.
next hit.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's substance that they even necessarily chasing. They're like, all right, I've used you for what I need you for
Yeah.
now. Who's next to give me that? You know what I'm
It's
saying?
true. I mean, also, that being said, like, her music can come on. It's very setting based. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Ice Spice, Sexyy Red, whatever comes on in a club, it's always going to go off.
Yeah.
Always
Of
going to go off
course.
more than anyone else, right? But you're just stuck to that one.
You can't listen
You know what
to
I mean?
it on
Like,
the drive.
yeah, you can't just have
home.
like a community barbecue and play Sexyy Red. Like, that's crazy. But you can play Drake.
He said, oh,
Grandpa, what's the song?
man. Grandpa said, I like this.
Grandpa,
tune.
this is ski.
Get it? Who?
Somebody get me that artist.
Wait. But Red does have personality. I was watching her,
Yeah,
her
she-
interviews.
Yeah.
On the
Learn a
Breakfast
stupid
Club.
little
Yeah.
dance, man.
I was just like, again, she's very different,
Bro, she seems like a sweetheart.
bro.
This guy's
Sexy.
Yeah. So what?
Nah, like,
Like
very
she
different to
genuinely
music,
seems
bro.
like
It
a
is
girl that
sexy.
just is from a environment where that is normal, but she is actually a sweetheart.
She
She's
wears
very
glasses, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's not that, bro.
Just because you
Nah,
this one is-
She's just soft spoken.
Have you
Yeah.
seen her IG photos, bro?
Bro.
She did one where she
bro.
I hear it.
This is what it is. She
pinched-
knows.
she did the African mom pinch the lips thing.
Nah.
Come on, bro.
yeah.
This is crazy.
Bro, now so I was like, what the heck is this? I was like, nah, people losing their mind. But I think she's playing into
Yes.
the game. She's like, this is the hot thing right now.
Bro, this is
right?
sexy.
So I'm gonna drop a song.
right here.
Get it sick. You know, I'm gonna do that, but that's not
Sexy.
who I am. You know what I mean?
Bro, watch her on
she-
Theo Vaughn's podcast, and it's just like I don't know, actually, like it's almost like cute.
Now I need to start.
You know what I mean? Like she's just like a sweet, simple girl. There's also another YouTuber, I don't know his name, white American dude. And he takes her to like her first frat party, and she performs there and everything and whatnot. She's like, "This is so much fun!" Like genuinely seems simple.
Yeah.
I think I just hate industry plants.
Okay.
That's the thing, and I think that's why
Finish history.
I can't get around
Okay.
all those girls.
Okay.
Personally. But something about industry plants is just like I know that they don't deserve. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Like the
they
It's
don't
just
Run
deserve-
with-
harder
run with it,
to
run with it.
support the story that is being sold
Exactly.
to you ultimately. Yeah,
Exactly, 'cause-
I hear it. Harder to buy into that product. Yeah,
Yeah, like I like more the organic approach, and like the more, like for us, makes it through their hard work or through going through obstacles to get to where
that
they
story
are.
behind it.
But yeah, that's me personally.
Who's a woman that you think is not an industry plant then? In hip hop.
Rhapsody.
I was gonna say
Okay,
Rhapsody
because
as
I was
well.
gonna say that too, but then we're doing the unfair thing of going, oh, the not super sexualized chick. That's the one that's real.
But
But I mean, at the same time, though, like that's because sex sells. What Rhapsody sells doesn't sell.
And-
But people can attach to that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
I
a
hear
hard. That's not a marketing team's number one rollout plan. Like that's not the
Yeah,
go-to
yeah.
plan. You know what I'm saying?
I hear it.
Plan,
So it's
but
like
takes you 5 years.
that clearly is not a. We're doing this for what we know it brings.
Yeah.
This is like this is what I'm about, and this is what I'm gonna like promote and stand for ultimately.
I think
Compared
Megan Thee
to-
Stallion's a good
yeah,
one.
Meg Thee
I think
Stallion
she
is
does both.
showing a bit of that.
oh my God.
Oh,
Wow, me saw me,
Okay.
give my
You know
towel.
why? It's because I'm a big Tory fan. I'm a very big Tory fan, and Tory didn't do it. So free Tory,
This is a content creator right here.
no.
This is a content creator.
free Tory.
Did you see someone releasing music from jail?
I know it's crazy.
Like apparently
out.
sounds really good quality and stuff.
I don't know how he's
Sounds
doing
good
it.
quality.
I was actually thinking about like how he's doing it. Is he doing it through?
Yeah, no, like apparently there's a whole setup. It's not through the jail phones like they
These
normally
men
do.
have studios and that.
Yeah,
man,
I was listening to this on another podcast that were talking about it.
So he's not serving his
crazy.
time.
No, he is.
He's really not
just still
serving his
Miles said he's
time.
still making
I find it
music.
crazy how there's still artists be releasing in jails. Like,
Yeah, it's man.
But like Lil Sims as well too. You guys know Lil Sims?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the
Okay.
UK?
All right.
Like, and it goes back to like the non-sexualized,
Yeah.
like art of it. It's like
Yeah.
sex does sell, like you guys were saying, but that's what the industry is going to push. That's like kind of like,
Okay. Do you think Chief Keef is an industry plant?
to be honest, I wasn't really around for his, because like for his rise when he
His
was
era.
16, but yeah, I wasn't around, so I can't really say.
Trying to
But
think of someone that's like that in this,
What,
like
you think
now.
he is?
because wait, is
Because
it,
I don't think he is, but I
No,
would
no,
say
I don't think
he's the male equivalent of Sexyy Red.
but like
Bangers,
yeah,
clearly a hood dude, right?
but
And pretty unhinged.
But like, was he in like was he pushed to be into rooms with these people like Drake doing a music video with SZA
Oh, I
and
mean,
stuff? And
straight
like,
away, his first song, Kanye
Yeah.
takes it and puts everyone on it.
But like that was like a hook banger, hook classic at the like
Yeah.
everyone in the hood
Yeah,
was
yeah,
dancing
yeah.
with that. Like I feel like
Sexy Red had those.
she did.
She had those, yeah.
Maybe,
Trying
but
to
like,
converse him
but
to
like,
sexy so
but like
bad.
Chief Keef is like a whole like.
I get it. I get it. I
He's
get
a
it.
whole movement that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I think he's great.
yeah. He
For
is.
what
That's
he
all
does.
some groundbreaking thing, but Sexy and Ice is almost a blueprint for them. Do you know what I'm
Because
saying?
yeah, because for me, I can say Ice Spice is, I reckon, a plant.
Yeah,
Spice.
I can
Yeah.
agree to that.
3 bro.
Like how's she gonna have a cover with Nicki Minaj when like she literally released one song?
Yeah.
Like crazy industry.
Yes, yeah. Nice manners, bro.
Yeah.
Z Team, let's hear about it
Yeah.
real quick. Let us know what's going on. That the purpose behind it, what's to come,
Yes.
whatever you can share. Ultimately, yeah.
So the Z Team, that's a group with me, my boys Chung and DK. Basically, we're a YouTube group based in Melbourne, and like our goal is to just make content that we enjoy, kind of like more on the more of like a story with what we do, like or more of like you're following our journey in a
Yeah.
way. It's like we did an AFL video where we joined the
Bro,
team.
that one was so good.
You enjoyed
It
it?
was really well done. It was like a vlog style, but watching
production
in
with
real
it too
time.
as well, yeah.
Like, it was really, really well
Yeah.
done.
So like that's kind of like what we're, especially like starting off, like because we also want to use elements like the boys, they're crazy doing skits, DK, and so we want to really start our videos with like some sort of a skit format and then
Yeah.
into like a more YouTube flow, which is more my style and my
Yeah.
like like and we have a video right now which we're editing, which honestly it's taken us so long, but like when I say this video is a banger, it's a banger. I'll tell you what the premise is.
Concept,
It's okay. So basically, like we fight professional MMA fighters
Oh, wow.
with 30 days training, and
Yeah,
like
that's a banger already, bro.
and like we like so we train at this one gym. Shout out Victor's gym, and we have like a whole press conference as well too. With these fighters. Like it's like full on like UFC style.
Yeah, wow.
3 1-minute rounds. You guys will get the video soon, probably. When's this come out?
This will be out in probably 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
So this will probably be out by then.
Okay, yeah.
So
Cool.
like that video in itself, like one of my favorite
That's
videos we've
dope.
done,
yeah.
Yeah.
and like that's the type of videos we
type
want
of
to do.
style
We want to
of
do
it,
stuff
yeah.
that like we want to tap into sports because sports is like
It's big. I mean, that
It
connects with
is
people the
very
most.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
really does.
Yeah.
like the AFL video. That's our
You guys
first
go-
video.
yeah.
Bro, it did so well.
70,000 views
Wow.
for our first video, which is
Amazing.
like
On YouTube, too.
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's not easy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
Sure.
like
Podcasts are doing those numbers with hundreds of thousands of followers coming.
Yeah.
in.
Exactly.
That's pretty
And
wild, man. Yeah.
I feel like even with my like YouTube career so far, like I've been very lucky where like I've been able to like honestly Hash, I wouldn't be able to do this without Hash. Hash is the one that like gave me like he did all the studying and then he kind of just told me everything.
Yeah.
And like I've been like lucky enough to like use that and like even on my channel itself, I haven't uploaded in a while, but I have like 50K in one video, 20K in one video, which on YouTube is like
Big,
it's not
man.
easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So like I guess like moving forward, our goal is to try be more consistent, I guess. But like it's very hard with the type of videos we're trying to do.
Yeah, it
Because
takes a
it
lot
takes
into
time.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a team almost sometimes.
Exactly.
With that,
And,
man.
yeah, and we're building towards that. We're working
Yeah.
towards that.
That's
and
dope.
That's like that better squad sort of thing. You got a whole
Yeah.
team following
Literally,
you.
man.
With the training as well. Everyone
Exactly.
is sort of at their own corner.
Exactly. And you like look up to like the boy, like the Better Squad, Sidemen, all those like that's like Australia has such a big market African Australian market is like insane. Like there's so much potential in this scene, and it's like trying to find those, I guess, holes where like you can fit in. Like I said, the footy it's like more the Aussie, the white Australian, but
So
you know, that's funny. We were talking about it this morning,
Yeah.
me and Daniel. I was saying like, I really rate it when people go like, this is who I am, this is my background, this is what inspires me, but I'm gonna tap into this audience as a whole, not just only feed my people with stuff. I'm gonna feed young Australians in general, and then they're gonna take interest in me and my background and all this kind of stuff. That to me is like, that's the best approach for life. You know what I mean? Because it's like, financially, it's like at the end of the day, hitting more people means you're gonna make more money. But then also it's like there's actual, like this is how you get to change mindsets and change opinions and introduce slang and actually have like a cultural impact
100%.
on youth.
Bearsford had that in the UK.
Yeah,
I feel
literally.
And they did it so well where like people would enjoy watching Bearsford more than they watching the Sidemen. And it's like to even get to that, like what they did, they went down the more, like they got the ethnics first. I feel like
for sure.
Yeah, the ethnics first, and then they kind of branched out. Like I feel like there's two approaches to go about. You can go the ethnic route and then to the Australians, or you can go Australians to back to your roots as well too. So there's multiple ways around it, and I feel like this YouTube scene in itself, like there is really like one group that's killing it, or like there are like a bunch of people. Like for example, the Misfit Minds.
Bro, they are so good.
They're so good.
The best one they ever did was the garage sale one.
With Nico?
Is that,
No, this is the one where he would just, any price the guy would say, how much is this? $20. It's just, I was like, what a simple concept. That
so
and the
good.
checkout, the cashier just the
that's
checkout
too
buying
good.
like a weird
Yeah.
Bro, that's too good.
They're so good, and I love the way they work because like I have a relationship with them, and
no.
like they're literally in the house, like in the house together, and they're just always working on content. Which like it's such like it's so inspiring seeing how they work and what they do, and they've been able to be consistent with what they do.
Is that what you guys would like to get to, like the same kind of house vibe, like your content house, or this was that not practical?
No, I don't think it's practical because we also are doing our own things as well too. Like Chung has his comedy, DK has his TikTok skits as well. I have my YouTube stuff as well too. So like moving into a house and doing content isn't as
glamorous as it seems.
Like it's not. Like it's like you have your own life, you have all these things you need to do. But I think the goal is to be able to have a space where we can come together, do things, and so I guess, and it's also good having competition as well too. Like healthy, like it brings the best out of you. And like I said, I feel like we have most, like we know what we want to do. I think it's more just about being consistent. Like that's like the key. Well, like that's how we're gonna get to the level we want to get to.
That's really, it would be sick to see, man. Like, I think that consistency is the best part because that's what we like. People love the content at the end of the day. So to be able to get more of it will be sick, but we know that that comes with the pressure on the creative to actually do so. Like people don't realize how much actually goes into setting these things up.
I was gonna ask you, like for example, the footy video, like how much does that cost to produce?
Look, I think luckily we were able to use Hash's camera. So we were using that, and so in terms of videography and stuff, we just got our friends to shoot for us. But to be honest, actually didn't cost.
It's more even the time.
It's the time.
Sure.
Because in terms of footage, we had like 9 hours worth of footage.
Wow.
I basically edited that video with someone else. But like cost-wise, not much money went into that. This video, a lot more money went into this video. But that first video, not really as like, I can't, except for the editing, maybe like $400, $500. Other than that.
But still. That's $400, $500 that people just won't have to because they're not doing that.
Exactly.
You know?
Which compared to this video, it's nothing. Like I wish we spent $500.
This
video we spent a bag, but
it's worth it. It's worth it.
It'll be very much.
That's so dope, man. I'm looking forward to that.
We'll push it as
so you said 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. If it's by the time it's out, if it's out before this ep, like we'll definitely push to get behind that as well. That's 100%. Sick to see, man.
Appreciate you guys.
In line with what Noor was just mentioning, I want to just add that as well. About how it's not. I was saying like. We always focus a lot on trying to create our own spaces as opposed to entering a space and then bringing our culture into that. Like, so it's sick to tap into sport that everyone already connects with, but then bring your flavor and your essence to it. Because literally just this week, shout out Mo Social, he was at one of our sessions that we ran, and something he was saying was like, are we defined by the people we serve or what we do? And he was saying something around like a lot of community organizations, we always define ourselves by who we serve. Like I'm a like he's like, you're not an African Australian professional, you're a professional.
You're a
If
professional.
you work in community spaces and you create programs, you don't create it for African Australians, you create programs for people. Like this goes to, this can be taken to this school, this can be taken to this government, this corporation. So it's like shifting that, like what we do is inspired by who we serve, but we don't do, like we are not defined by, you know what I mean? We're not defined by who we serve. So it's like stepping into spaces because you have the same credentials. Like we're not a minority podcast. Like, you know what I mean? Like
we're podcasters.
We're podcasters, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the same kind of thing. You're not like a minority content creator. You are a content creator that is creating content on the same platforms that these other people use as well. So it's that interesting shift about how we look at ourselves and what we do. And the spaces we enter as well.
That's good. I think that's very good. And I think even with like you were saying, like even when it comes to thinking of an idea, like one thing I tend to do is like I look at Australia in general. I'm like, what is it that Australians love? Or what is it that Australians are doing right now? And
What connects with them?
What connects with them? And then kind of just like try to build something off there. Like even for my own personal channel, I have so many things I want to do, so many plans I want to do. But like with that as well too comes a lot of thinking and planning. And like there are like, I can't say too much.
Yeah, no.
Don't worry about it.
I'm keeping it to myself. I'm keeping it to myself. I'm keeping it down here. But
Next time you're on here.
next time I'm on here. But I have big plans and big things. Actually, I can say one thing I want to do, right?
Psych.
There's something different about just people that create content. 'Cause you're literally taking something from your mind and then creating it. And we can
It's very
connect with
confident
it.
as well.
It's a confident thing to do. But it kind of shows the power of the human mind, man. I love connecting with that. So we're down to see what you produce, what comes out, man.
Hey.
So coming through.
Thank you for coming through.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you
Appreciate
guys
it.
for having me. I feel like
Conversation, man.
I've seen you guys do your thing for a while now.
Appreciate
so
it.
I appreciate that you guys got me on.
Always.
Because I didn't even know if you guys knew who I was before.
We linked like
We met at
Once or
Solly's.
time
twice,
ago.
yeah.
No, but we also met at Solly's video shoot as well too.
Yes.
I was there as well, too.
Right.
So like, and like also I seen you guys on TikTok.
Yeah, I forgot
But like
the shoot as
nah,
well.
but it's good
Yeah.
You guys got me down here. I appreciate it. You guys are killing it. Keep
course,
doing what you guys are doing.
Of course. We're keen to see everything that's come with you.
sure.
Where can they follow you?
Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Jacob Abra or Jabra. That's my alias.
It'll be in the description as well.
Sir.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this one around.
Peace, bro.
That's pretty much it.
What do you want me to say?
Step on underwear.
Yes, tell them to buy some.
Step on, get step on, man. All right,
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you guys.